easy purchase with clear pricing and great service.
Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. With 5 new brands and a huge selection of certified and pre-owned vehicles to shop on one lot, we're sure to have the right ride for you.
Shop BayouFord.com and BayouCDJR.com or come see us just off I-10 in LaPlace. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Progressive knows there are some surprisingly expensive things in life, like fences. A house with a big yard and a white picket fence was always the dream. But then you saw the price to install a fence and you're wondering if the color is driving the price up. Nobody ever dreams of a beige or a gray picket fence, right? So maybe those fences are cheaper. But no, they're not. Then you remember that switching your home and auto to Progressive could save you hundreds and make all your dreams of a fence come true. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it. But not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can access a full range of treatment options for ED through a 100% online process. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. HIMS.com/JOY.
Ready to take your brand awareness to new heights?
Experience the power of audio and digital marketing combined with Guaranteed Digital Media.
Our radio branding messages resonate through the airwaves, leaving a lasting impression.
Combine this with digital tactics like retargeting, geofencing, and social media to really boost your reach.
Imagine your radio ad complemented by targeted digital ads, ensuring your brand is seen and heard across multiple platforms.
To learn more, visit 1045ESPN.com and click Connect. That's 1045ESPN.com and click Connect.
Water is water, right? Not when it's Evamore. Smooth tasting Evamore water is Mother Nature's masterpiece. Evamore is natural artesian water. Maybe you want a healthier lifestyle, a high-end athlete who wants better hydration, or a parent who wants something healthier for their kids. You want Evamore. EVAMOR. Evamore. Available at great local retailers.
This is Will Campbell with the Tigers. Louisiana National Bank is committing to making every interaction with its customers an experience that's more exceptional than any you've ever encountered. If you're looking for a teammate to help you achieve your financial dreams, come see one of the Louisiana National Bank's uncommon bankers. Equal housing lender. Member FDIC.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
WNXX Jackson, KNXX Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 7 a.m. here on Thursday, June 5th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect mostly sunny skies with a high of 90. On today's show, Ross Jackson of New Orleans.football and LouisianaSports.net will hop on at 7:30 to give us an update on the New Orleans Saints. LSU baseball coach Jay Johnson joins the show at 8:30, and our Munchie segment at 9:15 with LSU executive chef Michael Johnson. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Our number one of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Allstar Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Let's go, baby, let's go!
From a championship backfield to your morning drive.
Hands to Hester, and Hester,
Yep, got it, 5 out of 5!
You're locked in to Off the Bench.
Flynn is back to throw for the end zone.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, here's Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Yo! Radio! I need the energy to pick up over there. Yeah. All right.
That was, I thought my yo was fine.
Do it again. Here.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, by myself?
Yeah.
Okay.
The waterfall. You take.
Okay. Count me down again.
3, 2, 1.
Yo!
Okay, you're good. You sucked.
Come on,
more
Tay.
energy, Tay.
Bring it.
You know what?
You know what? Good point. If nobody has energy, if somebody doesn't have energy in the morning, it's
usually
me.
you. That's what's so disappointing. What are you drinking?
Red Bull, man. I'm in a good mood. I am in a great mood this morning.
I think your body is just used to Red Bull. I think we need to switch it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we go Celsius, Monster?
Okay, it was 2 for $5
Bang.
yesterday. We
Think
talked
he needs
about
a
this
Nos.
yesterday. Yesterday was 2 for $5. I had to get one for yesterday, one for today.
Can't afford not to
Nos.
get that deal.
No.
It's the
Begging
see
you
what
to
it
take
is. It is a sugar free. You know, try to be a
Respect your
health.
body.
Oh,
health
yeah,
buff.
respect the body.
Your body.
How many milligrams we going with caffeine in there?
I think it's like
let's see.
200 maybe?
Milligrams of
220,
caffeine.
230.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right.
Let's see. Google.
Pretty sure there's one out there that has like 380 milligrams caffeine.
Yes.
And I think the recommended like absolute top line limits like 400 milligrams a day.
Oh, a day?
I think so.
Oh, I soar
So
past
you
that.
just-
You're right there.
It
But I
only
think
has
like
151.
I
there
whispered
you go. It's
400 probably
is
around
light.
like noon.
It's only like big
Right.
cups of coffee.
Right, you just whisper in the wind.
Well,
See ya. Holler at your boy. I mean, come on. I drink 4 cups of coffee here,
Right.
7 to 10.
Yeah, I can drink a cup of coffee at 9:30 at night and be asleep by
Yeah,
10:15.
that's true. Me too. Probably me
Yeah.
into that as well. Can we get some My High with caffeine?
ooh.
Yeah, we've actually been working on that for a while. But we have because I have a couple
Fix
of
it.
friends that every time I see them, they're like, "You got it, you got it, you got it."
Well, do you?
Well, I don't got it.
Yeah, well, do you have it?
Also, like our big push isn't like really like retail. That's where it would do really
no,
well.
I don't care about you making money.
You just
I
wanna
just
do it
want it
for
for your
you.
friends.
Yeah. For us.
That's true. I mean, screw the business side.
Yeah.
Are you Foxhole or not?
I think you know the answer.
I thought you were all in.
Y'all
Yeah,
know the
you
answer.
you've said multiple times you're all in.
Yeah.
I mean, I can go to my office right now, get in the lab, make you one, and just bring it in a bucket tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm down.
I'm waiting for the
My
negative.
wooden spoon.
But you're the one making it?
I can.
Are you certified to do
I
that?
can. I mean,
You're a
certified.
chemist?
What do you mean? Well, a chemist makes it, like originates it, but
Okay.
anyone can like blend it.
Okay, well,
you
that's
got the
what, yeah,
recipe.
well, no, that's what I wanted to know.
If you
'cause
could
I-
ever get in that vault,
Yeah.
to get that My High recipe.
Yeah, I didn't want you doing anything where it was going into my body if you were the one doing all the figuring out.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big deal.
You know what I mean?
Knowing that recipe. It's like Coke. Like, not everybody knows the full recipe. A couple guys know a little piece over here. A couple guys know a little bit over there. They don't
So
know the full deal.
basically, you fire them when they get close to figuring out the full recipe, and that's why some know here, some know there. Feels like it.
I can't speak of this right now.
Why?
Because I need people to come work for me so I can fire them after they know it.
It feels like something you really do. It does feel like something you really do. Tay laid out the show. Very excited. We're going to have Ross Jackson join us, talk a little New Orleans Saints coming up in 25 minutes. We do have Jay Johnson, LSU head baseball coach. We've got Mikey Matuk joining us at 9. Of course, we've got Chef Michael Johnson as well. We got a lot to get to. Excited to catch up with Coach Jay Johnson, though. I mean, a lot of questions certainly that I want to ask about last week and then this week, heading into this West Virginia Super Regional. But before we get into it, let's go ahead and get it started. GoFlowIV.com is the website. Summer is here, and we all know Louisiana heat is no joke. We know what that means. We know what you need to be, which is hydrated. So go hang out. Go sit there. I mean, it's actually like very relaxing as well, Flynn. And look, in our lives, we'll take a good, relaxing sit down where we're going to feel better because of it as well. It is right there on Jefferson near Bocage. GoFlowIV.com.
Yeah, and you know, if I'm talking about a place to go to get hydrated, you know it's real because I've spent like the last 10 years of my life like focusing on hydration, right?
Purely.
Yeah, so go see them. Go see them today. Get you hydrated. Get some vitamins. There's different things they can put in there to make you feel better if you're feeling a little under the weather. So book your appointment today. Call 953-8150 or visit GoFlow IV on the web.
All right, and we will dive into a little LSU baseball. And before we get into like the nitty-gritty, because, look, we're going to have the head coach on coming up in hour number 2. We're going to have Mikey Matuk, who played and won a College World Series title, played in the big leagues. And so, going to lean on them certainly to break it all down. But just from a mindset, just from we are hosting a Super Regional, West Virginia, the Big 12 regular season champ is coming to town. I'm excited for the opportunity to see how LSU responds, because I felt like they responded incredibly well to getting punched in the mouth on Sunday night by Little Rock. And they got punched again to start the game on Monday. And there's a lot of people out there, as a narrative, it's like, oh my gosh, look what you had to do against Little Rock. But if we're being honest and we're not just sitting there and saying, well, you're LSU, you should win that game. Look across the country. Look across the country what happened in baseball. And you had teams that went out there and were not afraid to do whatever it took and to change their game and play the best version of themselves. And look, we could go to Nashville. We could see what Wright State did. They knock out the #1 overall seed. Columbia gets a win in Hattiesburg. St. Mary's got a win in Corvallis, right, against Oregon State. We can go to Eugene, where it was Arizona, but remember, Utah Valley beat Oregon, who was the 1 seed. We can go to Conway, South Carolina, where East Carolina was the 3 seed. We can go to Auburn, Alabama, where Stetson had some success. Look, we can pretty much go to any regional that you want to. You look at what happened in Athens, like Oklahoma State is a 3 seed, had some success. Murray State is a 4 seed in Oxford. They advance, and so now they're going to be in a super regional. And then UTSA beat Roadrunners. I mean, they go win in Austin, Texas. And so this is college baseball.
Yeah.
Like, things like that are going to happen. Can you respond? And there's been times in LSU's history that they didn't respond and they lost. Stony Brook, right? We all remember 2012. So, like, the fact that they did have Little Rock come into town, put up football scores against Dallas Baptist and Rhode Island, a team that was playing whatever the best version of themselves was, and they found a way. I am not going to, like, dock points from you or confidence from you because that happened.
Yeah, it's I was listening to you go down that list of all the sites, all the success these smaller schools were having against the big boys, the powerhouses, the guys you expect to see in supers every single year. I was like, normally you see that because there's a couple of schools that have some dogs at pitcher, right? Yeah. And they're gonna pull some games out when they just got some dudes pitching. But it seemed like this year, just watching and looking and listening to this list and seeing the scores on the ticker, it's like this is spread out. There is a ton of parity, and I know baseball is a streaky sport. And a team can get hot. You mentioned the Stony Brook against LSU. Like, team can get hot, but it seems pretty consistent all around the country. We were seeing these teams come in and compete, and if they didn't win it, they were certainly pushing people and scaring.
Yeah.
So if I'm Jay, and I mean, I'd kind of like to ask him, it's coming off of this past weekend, I would have to feel that Jay's job, besides the I'm going to say the X's and O's. It's not X's and O's in baseball, but besides like the strategy, the game plan, building the lineup.
Jay actually talks in football terms a lot when it comes to baseball.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful. I would say, like, I'm sitting there with Jay. If your team is full of some dogs, like if you got a championship type of mentality, your job is pretty easy from a motivational standpoint. We look at it, and I always kind of compare to the football terms. When you have that wake-up call in the middle of the season against a team you should beat, and they drive you to the edge, but you somehow pull it out and win at the end.
Yeah,
like you get that wake-up call with not having to have the loss on your mind. So like, if you got some dogs on your team, they're like, all right, we almost we were one like spastic pitcher away from going home, right, and being done,
right.
So I would think that the motivation is there. I would think that these boys want to get back on the field as fast as they can. So got West Virginia coming in.
Yeah,
I'm sure they are excited. Like you got a big name on the hat, big name on the jersey coming in.
Yep.
And I would think from a motivational standpoint, those guys in the locker room are looking at each other, motivating themselves after something like that.
It shouldn't take a lot. I mean, this is a Big 12 regular season champ. It's a team that was 44-14, 19-9 in conference play. You saw what they just did in Clemson, South Carolina, right? They take care of Kentucky after being down. It was one of the better games of the opening day in postseason play. They come back. They beat Kentucky 4-3. They go beat Clemson in their own ballpark 9-6, and then it was a high-scoring affair. they take care of Kentucky in game number 6. Did not force a game number 7, 13-12. And we talked about it and always want to throw this point back up there. Alondra and Tate talked about West Virginia. And it was the one team they did not want to face. So I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit here. What was the one thing that made y'all feel like, okay, out of Clemson, out of Kentucky, all these teams that are in the Clemson Regional, this is the one that actually you hope you don't see?
Well, for me, it was a combination of pitching and hitting. Like we talked about it yesterday, damn near 300 batting average across the board. Now, they don't hit a ton of home runs, but they can hit for average. Their team ERA is 4.3, so they've been solid on both sides. And everyone's going to point out, like I mentioned yesterday, 24-5 on the road. Everyone's going to point out they played a lot of February games on the road against some not very good teams. They did, but take competition out of it, they still know how to win away from their home ballpark, which is what they did in Clemson. Like this team, I've been impressed with what they've done. I mean, we talked about Griffin Kern yesterday, and like his ERA doesn't blow you away, but 100 Ks to 29 walks. Like they're just super consistent across the board.
Who's the most famous person from West Virginia?
Like from the school or the state?
The state.
Nick Saban.
Who else is from West Virginia? Nobody else.
Uh-huh.
All right, we're going to go through. Yeah, Jimbo Fisher.
Oh, sure.
Jimbo Fisher.
So, Taylor. So, you're thinking West Virginia wins this weekend?
I didn't say that.
I want to know.
No.
I want to know right here.
I don't.
I think LSU gets it done, but
How many games?
I think it goes 3.
yeah. I think West Virginia wins at least one game.
Which one? Second? First?
No, see, I don't think we need to throw bad juju like that.
Yeah,
up on
I'm
there.
not trying to.
I'm just trying to hold on. I want to come back next Monday.
Yeah.
Be able to ridicule.
Y'all were all wrong. Y'all were all wrong. A quick Google search tells me Nick Saban's not the most famous person from West Virginia.
Who?
Okay, is it an entertainer?
It's an actress.
Whoa, an actress from West
who
Virginia?
who was once married to another very famous actor.
Okay,
There's so many of those.
I mean, I don't have a guess.
Demi Moore.
I don't know why, but I was going to throw that
no,
out there.
no way. There's no way.
I don't know why, but I was going to throw that out there.
Demi Moore.
Demi Moore.
No, it's not Demi Moore. Alondra, want to take a guess? Her husband.
Give me one
Give
minute.
me a time frame of
Her husband, very Boston.
Okay, so who was married to Mark Wahlberg?
No, not Mark Wahlberg.
Matt Damon?
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck? Oh, Jennifer Garner?
Jennifer Garner.
Do y'all
It says she is the most famous person from West Virginia.
That's crazy.
Notable runner-ups: Jerry West, of course, the logo, NBA. Don Knotts.
I would say Saban.
Don Knotts.
more
That's
Jennifer.
that's Barney
Saban's way more
Fife, right?
famous than, yeah, Saban's way more famous than Don.
Randy Moss.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
White Chocolate, Jason Williams, and Brad Paisley.
Okay,
It doesn't
West
say Nick Saban.
Virginia?
That's a
It
flawed
doesn't
list.
say Nick Saban.
West Virginia, though, they kind of got a little bit in the
got a little
celebrity
juice?
category.
I
They
mean,
do.
how is White Chocolate not higher up on this list?
I want to know who.
Have they watched his mixtape?
Do y'all think
I have.
Great.
his mixtape?
I mean, it was good.
Dang, dude. Which state has the least amount?
Alaska. Has to.
All right, Maine 48. Let's go there.
Oh, you're just saying, hey, you don't count?
No, I'm not saying that.
Just because you're dapping up Russia, you don't count?
When that ice bridge freezes over, you
I'm
can
going to
walk
say
right across.
Idaho.
Idaho?
Yeah,
I mean,
probably
West
the
Virginia's
least.
got to be up there, I feel like.
As far as-
If you're touting Jennifer
the least
Garner,
what? Celebrities?
the Allstate chick, if you're touting her,
I don't think you can say chick in the year of our Lord 2025.
I can't.
I don't know.
Okay, wait.
Tell my
I'm
daughter's
so
that.
confused. Something's going on in the
Tell my
chat right
wife
now.
that. I don't know.
Do you remember last night T-Bob texted the OTB group chat and he said something about like, Alondra, if that was you and you two.
Yeah. What was
I'm
that?
so, I don't know. I'm
yeah.
so
Somebody just
confused
asked
because
about it.
they're asking about it
Might
in
be a
the
burner.
group chat. Like Blake Miller in the YouTube chat goes, Alondra, would you like to tell the class what you said in the Snaps comment? And then they said, that Snaps comment was wild, LOL. And I have no idea. What?
Oh no!
I did not say that. That is crazy.
Oh no!
Somebody's.
Wait a minute. Bob's still doing snaps?
Yeah.
I did see that.
That dude's been gone from here for a
2
month.
weeks, right? 3 weeks going.
And he's still doing
He used
snaps?
to do it in there.
I'm so confused,
One
but I
more
did not comment on
non-Foxhole example.
snaps. I will say I don't watch snaps like at all. So
I can't say I do either. I'm usually on there.
I don't watch snaps, so I didn't comment that, but that is crazy.
All right, I don't know what the comment was.
I've
I'll
seen some
check.
of the
I'll
It's
take
insane.
a look.
It's an insane comment.
Okay, all right. And
By you?
his comment to
That I
us
made
in
allegedly
the group chat,
toward.
I was like, what's he talking
Yeah.
about?
Alondra was talking about the headaches yesterday from no caffeine.
Yeah.
Maybe you blacked out and
Oh,
didn't.
No,
Yeah.
dude,
I
I
don't
did
know.
not do this.
I
This
don't
is
know.
crazy.
Y'all ever accidentally hit that microphone button on your text? And
Yeah, I do
it
that all the
catches
time.
everything you say? Maybe
Oh.
you did
I do that all the time.
I do it all the time.
No, I was
Yeah.
not on
And like
YouTube.
I slowly, very carefully move my
crazy.
finger to the X button so it doesn't send. I'm like, all right, don't slip.
You're shaking. Oh my god.
That X, like the exit out button, is way too. It's uncomfortably close to the send button.
I do love. Some of my friends are voice texters though. Like when they don't say they
are they.
I don't know if they don't want like the messages out there.
Are they
like,
younger
and
than
it's not
60?
like- yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
The only people I know that voice text are.
I mean, I actually do kind of love it. I do kind of love a voice text. Like I don't do it ever unless I'm talking to certain people who do it first. But I do love a good voice text.
Oh, you mean like voice, as in you speak into it, and then your voice is what they hear,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
you speak into it and it writes it for you?
No. Your voice is what they hear.
Okay, all right. That's a little bit more understandable.
Yeah,
I get that. But it's the
talk to text you're talking about.
The talk to text.
As you can tell, too, there's like no punctuation.
Oh, yeah.
It's just all like one.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. It's bad, especially when you're a redneck. It's real bad. Like that is not what I said. Clearly, it is.
Are you considering yourself a redneck?
Siri thinks I am.
I don't think so. You kind of wear skinny jeans sometimes.
That's just because I got a big butt and big thighs.
No, I don't think so.
I got a big
Costs
donkey.
a lot of money to look that tight.
Is it more money for skinnier jeans?
I think so.
I think so.
You got to like
Hey, just
call
'cause-
out what type
Hey.
of jean it is.
Hey.
It's more.
Just because you got a weak chin and baby cakes doesn't mean.
I know. Weak chin and baby cakes.
doesn't
Jim
mean-
Harbaugh.
Most famous person from Idaho on the way out. It is a actor.
That's a good tease.
And I will say that he is most famous for a show that involves a lot of drugs.
There's so many shows
There's a
about
lot.
Bryan
drugs.
Cranston.
Or the
You're-
Jesse Pinkman or whatever.
You're pretty close.
Good guess, though.
Well, I mean, Bryan Cranston's in friggin'
Yeah, Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
Is that the show? No.
That's crazy. Nobody's believing me that I didn't say this, but I did not say this.
Taylor, you're very close. Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad.
Well, yeah.
So it's kinda
Jesse
right.
Pinkman.
Yeah, Jesse Pinkman.
Yeah.
I forgot his name.
He's the most
I thought
famous
that
guy
was his
from
real name.
Idaho.
Yeah. Which I actually want to protest because Jake the Snake Plumber's from Idaho.
Yeah, they're.
I bet New Mexico has an awful celebrity list.
What website
shout
are you
out
looking
Bregman.
at? Because Saban wasn't even on your West Virginia website.
All right. Well, I mean, we here know that Coach Nick Saban's very, very famous, but you know, is he more famous than Jennifer Garner?
Yes.
If you go on the street, though, people are going to know Saban over freaking Don Knotts.
Yeah.
He was
Seriously.
like 2 on that list.
I think Jennifer Garner maybe 15 years ago.
Poll question of the day: who's more famous, Nick Saban or Jennifer Garner?
I think it's a no-brainer.
I'm not arguing
In my
with you.
opinion.
I mean, I love Coach Saban.
That's a great question, though. Because you kind of got like an obscure, like B-list actress.
Damn, B-list. 13
And,
going on
and
30?
like the top tier A-list
13 Going on 30 is a
sports
great
guy.
movie.
All right. Well, I got to take a break because I still need to figure out what Alondra said in the snaps comment section
It was
yesterday.
not me.
And I'm also a little thrown off that T-Bob's still doing snaps, even though he's been gone from here for a week.
And Jim Rome, right?
And Jim Rome.
And Jim
The
Rome.
only show that he left was this show.
Yeah.
He continued doing those shows.
Not Foxhole.
Negative Foxhole. More OTB when we come back.
Off the bench.
All right, go to GoTommies.com. GoTommys.com, G-E-A-U-X, Tommys.com. That's Tommy's windows, doors, and also, you guessed it, siding there. Ooh. And when you go to the website, you are going to clearly see the difference. And look, you should trust us because I've worked with Tommy and the team. They are incredible when they come out. I mean, everything's first class. They've won the Angie's Service Award. They're on Angie's list every year since 2016. They had just won Best Windows in the Advocate, right, of the entire Baton Rouge area. Like, they continue to win awards. That's just what you're going to get with Tommy and the team. So I always encourage you, go to the website, check out testimonials, check out our gallery of work. That is GoTommys.com.
Yeah, they got integrity. They're dependable. Trust the exterior home improvement specialist right here in Baton Rouge. Tommy's Windows, Doors, and Siding. Call them today at 225-250-8808. Go to GoTommys.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
...2007 champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn. Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
Gold to the core.
You like that one?
So bad.
I told y'all about these.
So bad. Oh, we would never say that about ourselves.
I love gold.
I love gold. Austin Powers.
Good one. That's a keeper.
Oh my gosh. They need to let us come up with some of these.
From Tigers
Like
to
the way-
Yeah, send me what you want. Cause,
In the way that we would talk about ourselves and each other.
Mm-hmm. Slappy 1, Slappy 2.
Oh my gosh, that got me. I wasn't ready for that.
I would kind of like off the bench with Mr. 2-star and honorable mention.
Honorable mention, quarterback
Texas.
in a 4-team district.
Boom, like with super dramatic music in the background.
Oh, that. Oof. To the core, purple and gold. Let's look at the college baseball national championship odds here, Matthew.
What a pivot.
Sports.
I was thinking about TLC right there. And left eye.
Did you know that every Thursday here on the show, it's R&B Thursday?
I don't, but I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
I can tell you that.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of songs that you probably went to Napster or LimeWire, downloaded, threw in a burnt CD.
This is probably before even that time.
Well, that song was, but it's going to be a lot of songs that you did that too.
This is like going to the CD shop and buying a single.
Yeah, like when I interviewed Usher, I thanked him for his service, for what he did for me in middle school and high school.
You're becoming a man.
Yeah. So you're going to hear a lot of that today.
Can I request the Tony Rich project?
Nobody knows?
Nobody knows it but me.
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be that's one coming back.
I think that was probably like 5th or 6th grade for me. And at the time, I thought it was the most perfect song ever created. I had the single. I can't remember if it was a tape or a CD.
It was a tape. I had
Was
it.
it?
It was a tape. Yeah.
Those little cases for those tapes were sweet when I think back on it.
It was a sleeve.
It wasn't a sleeve. It was like the little plastic thing that.
Not the singles.
Like the singles?
If it was like an album, it was the one that opened up with plastic. If it was just a single, it would come in a sleeve with some plastic over it, just normal plastic. You open up.
Like the old tapes, like the tape would like sag down, and you'd have to put
You
your
have to
finger
put
in
our pencil and my finger didn't fit in there.
Well,
Yeah.
Mild case of Giants disease.
Yeah, I do. All right, national championship.
So
odds. Baseball, sports.
Let's get back to it. America's
LSU
pastime.
does have the best odds to win the national championship.
Let's go.
LSU comes in at 5-2. Arkansas 4-1, followed by Tennessee at 5-1. North Carolina at 7-1. You've got Auburn and Oregon State at 10-1. Florida State at 12-1. Coastal Carolina at 14-1. And if I was to make a bet, because you know me, I like the long odds. Sure. I don't really ever play the favorites. I want
Yeah, you want some juice. You want a little juice.
I want some juice, but also 10
into 1,000.
Something like that. Yeah. You know me. Coastal Carolina at 14-1. Pretty nice. Looking at that one. UCLA 16-1.
Might want to take a look at that one.
You might want to hold on to that one. Duke 18-1, Louisville 25-1, UTSA 33-1, Arizona at 35-1.
Oh, take them.
35-1, a team that just rolled through
and is uber hydrated.
The Eugene Regional. Miami 35-1, West Virginia 50-1, LSU's opponent, and then Murray State 125-1. You throw $10 on Murray State, you're getting $12.50.
That's those kind of odds that I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Never know. They get hot.
Arizona's hydrated. We found out West Virginia's hydrated.
I guess West Virginia's
Benedict
getting
Arnold.
such good, big odds because LSU's the favorite. But 55-1? Is that what you said?
50-1.
50-1.
If you're taking a look at these, if you don't want to play LSU and you want a little bit of juice there, I think North Carolina's a hell of a play at 7-1 with the way that they went through their regional. I don't think Auburn has what it takes to go win a national championship. A lot of people like them at 10-1. I love Coastal at 14-1, and I throw a couple shekels at Arizona at 35-1.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously LSU's going to win, but just in case,
look, you're betting with feelings. You're betting with emotion. Right? A little hedge.
I've done it before.
Right? Oh, no doubt.
Every week.
You really? I'll bet this team, but if LSU wins, I basically paid for LSU to win a national championship. That's the way you got to look at it.
Totally worth it.
Which we'd all do.
Totally worth it.
Every single one of us would do it.
It's kind of like throwing the reverse jinx because, like, none of my bets ever hit.
Yeah.
So if I bet on everybody else, then we're guaranteed to win.
So my afternoon show, a lot of times during softball and baseball season, there'll be a game that starts like an hour before us, and it's like, okay, well, y'all will pick it up right when that game ends. But if this team wins, then there's no show today, and you still get paid because you planned on doing the show, and we get paid per show. That's how it works. So it's in absolutes. We're like 0-14 in those situations and getting the day off. I mean, 0 for 14. And me and EJ and the producers, next time it happens, we're like, why are we not betting against this?
Sure.
So the next time that it happens, there's going to be a large wager on the team that if they win, they force another game. A large one. It's 0 for 14.
It's hard to do that in anything.
Yeah, I know. I'm sitting there thinking like, man, nice little afternoon off. I mean, if I'm going to get paid
3-hour
for
show?
it. Yeah, 3-hour show.
But sometimes it cuts down to like a 30-minute show, right? Because of those games.
I mean, yeah, that's happened before when it like deep. Rain delay.
Yeah.
Rain. I've done a 13-minute show before.
If I was your boss, I'd make you do that whole 3 hours, even if you weren't on air.
Yeah, it's not how it works, and certainly because like a lot of times after me, Coach K has his show. Okay. I don't know why, but Coach K is a little bit ahead of me in the pecking order.
They bump you for Coach K?
Yeah.
Amateurs.
Yeah.
Amateur hour, dude.
Who's that
What are we
guy?
doing? Coach K?
They're probably like, hey, he's got the court named after him there at Cameron, and you don't have your high school jersey retired.
Yeah, you can just say like one letter, and everybody in the world knows who he is.
Oh, that's actually a really good point. You say Coach K, and everybody knows who you're talking about.
Yeah. EJ, Hester, take a seat.
Yeah.
Got K coming in.
So, yeah, he pushes us.
I get it.
All right.
Makes sense.
I'm not mad at it. If it was like, give me a really bad basketball coach.
Yeah, I don't know. You know that.
I almost said like 4 names, and I know them personally. Can't do that.
Not great, though.
Can't do that.
They suck.
Oh, I can't do that. Yeah, but if it was that guy that almost said, then yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm. John Doe.
All right,
how did y'all do this year, like in baseball betting?
I didn't bet baseball.
Or predictions. Okay, predictions.
Betting predictions. I mean,
y'all been pretty decent.
I mean, in the SEC, like I had LSU, Arkansas, and A&M. I bought into the A&M hype just like everybody did. But those were the 3 teams I think that I had going the farthest out of the SEC. 2 are still alive. 1 didn't make the tournament, so I feel like I definitely need to get docked major points from that.
Yeah. Yeah, those 2 need to go deep.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, Alondra, I don't remember you waxing poetic too much about a team that just fell off the rails.
This season?
Yeah.
I can't think of one where I was like, oh, they're going to be good. The only thing that, like, I was kind of off about was the Texas thing. Like, I thought they were overrated. And honestly, they still might be because they didn't even make it out their own regional. But
that's true. You were pretty, yeah. That's true. That's actually a good one. You were pretty like, hey, Texas is not as good as everybody says they are. That's actually a good one.
And I kind of still feel that's true. Like, I understand they had a good season and everything, but I still kind of feel like that's true, given that they played all the easy teams on the road and their home schedule was like the quote-unquote tough one. And then you go into the SEC, like you're regular season champions, but you go into the tournament, you don't make it too far, and then you get knocked out your own regional by UTSA, by Little Brother, Yeah. So maybe I was like off, but maybe they're not as overrated as I thought they were, but they didn't make it further than LSU did. But I can't think of a team that I was like, oh, they're super good, and then they weren't.
Yeah.
Nobody was like champion in this team, but I think we all thought like Kentucky would be a little better than they were.
Yeah.
I mean, none of us were like, Kentucky's going to win the SEC.
Hey,
but like,
Kentucky,
that was a team
they made a hell of a run last year.
That was a team that came into the season with hype. I mean, I guess outside of A&M.
Yeah, after what they did last year, that's another good team. And because of the style of play that they played, we're thinking maybe they would be able to continue on with that success. And look, they got to the postseason by, just hearing their chinny chin. They got to the postseason, and like they got to the regional final series. Kentucky's certainly one that we had bigger, not hopes. I'm not sitting here rooting for Kentucky, but we thought that they would be a team that maybe had a chance to get back to Omaha.
Yeah.
What I just heard in this whole conversation was that y'all don't have like a betting segment on this show.
We do during football.
Yeah, we do the pontoon parlay.
Betting is year-round, people.
No, it is, but there's some – look, and betting college baseball is tough.
Yeah.
Ours
last week.
If it was easy, everybody would do it.
It's like, for football, we do it on Friday, but like baseball, it's like, do we pick game one? Do we pick the series? Like, it's a little bit more difficult.
Well, got to go with some series props then.
We should bet like who's going to make it out the supers, like a super parlay.
Yeah. We can parlay that.
Yeah.
Like that.
All right, we got to take a break. We got Ross Jackson joining us coming up here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to Allstar Toyota of BatonRouge.com. Allstar Toyota of BatonRouge.com is the website. Check it out. Buying new, leasing, renting, everything is available. And we say it all the time. It's never a bad time to rent, but we know right now is the perfect time for those rentals because summer vacation coming up. Here we are, June the 5th, right? So you probably got one coming up this weekend. And if you haven't reserved your vehicle, don't panic. That's okay because all you got to do is call Miss Lisa Sessions in the rental department. Tell her what you're looking for. Tell her, hey, here's, I got a trip. I got more bat bags because I got a softball, baseball tournament, whatever. I need something bigger. She's going to make sure she puts you in the right vehicle. And you can find all of that information, Allstar Toyota, BatonRouge.com.
Yeah, go visit them today. They are on Airline Highway over by Goodwood. Or if you're in the market for a car, just go on their website. They have their stock right there on the website for you to choose. So go to Allstar Toyota of BatonRouge.com, 225-433. Oh, what'd I do? No!
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. It's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Whether you're celebrating something big or just making a regular night remarkable, we'll have your table ready. For reservations, visit Rufino'sRestaurant.com. Rufino's, where Louisiana comes to celebrate life.
Feeling fatigued and lacking your usual zest for life? Low T could be the culprit. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers testosterone therapy plans starting at $125 a month with no contracts. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Looking for a reliable and hassle-free trash removal? Trash Rangers is your answer. Go to trashrangers.com for residential
Dr.
pickup,
James
commercial.
Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior,
These four walls closing more every day, and I'm dying inside, and nobody knows it but me.
Tigers turn talkers. This is Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back in. Little R&B Thursday here on an OTB. Our guy, Ross Jackson, LouisianaSports.net, joins us now. Talk a little New Orleans Saints. Ross, always our pleasure. How you doing, sir?
Hey, man. Doing great. Glad to be here with you guys.
So Derek Carr saved the Saints $30 million, and he came out yesterday and was like, I just didn't think it was right to, take that money, and if I had surgery and not play. And so it kind of came off like, okay, maybe he did the Saints a solid, Ross. I mean, I don't know that Saints fans are ever going to be a fan of Derek Carr, but do we think maybe in this one instance it's like, okay, well, hey, thanks, bud. We appreciate it.
Yeah, look, the way that I kind of look at this story is, I think the only person we're ever going to hear anything from about why the $30 million actually went back is from Derek Carr. He's the only person we'll ever hear talk about this. I think that it's kind of been given to him as sort of his thing. And so I don't know that a lot of Saints fans are going to buy it right off the bat, like $30 million. Like, I will tell you 100%, Derek Carr is a very nice guy. Met him in the locker room, got to talk to him a bunch over the course of 2 years he was here. Very nice guy, but I don't know if anybody is $30 million nice. I think that's a very different conversation. And so, and if there is anybody out there that's $30 million nice, I'm here and I'm listening. And so, we don't know exactly what all went down behind the scenes and everything like that. But look, the Saints gave him his $10 million roster bonus. He gave back the $30 million base salary, and then they walk away as amicably as possible from all of this. I think that the thing that's most important is that the team ends up utilizing that money in the best way possible as they move forward in order to make themselves, back into contenders. And that's going to be the biggest thank you. That's going to be a thank you back to the fan base that says, hey, this didn't work, but here's what's going to happen with this money. I think that becomes the biggest thing for them. And of course, that's going to be the goal, right? And so they'll get that $30 million back over the course of the next 2 years. We'll see what they're able to do with it in terms of rebuilding this team.
Ross, there's one player, and you actually highlighted this player during, OTAs that I want to ask you about, because when he signed his new deal with the Saints, there's a lot of people questioning how much money it was compared to what the production was, but we kind of forgot about it because, as you well know, because you got to write about it, this has not been a quiet offseason for the New Orleans Saints. I mean, it has been something that we have been able to come here every single day almost and have some new news, but that player would be Chase Young coming off the edge for the New Orleans Saints. It's a position where a lot of people, Ross, thought maybe they'd select somebody in the draft and use one of their top picks. Perhaps if the right guy was there, they don't. And now you've got a guy that it's a pretty good salary for the production you had from a year ago. What are you expecting from Chase Young, year number 2 in New Orleans?
Yeah, I mean, he's going to be a featured role in this new Brandon Staley defense. When you turn around and make he was their biggest investment, right? I mean, biggest monetary investment. You can make the argument that a first-round pick is a big investment as well. That's 100% correct. But in terms of the biggest monetary investment that this team made, 3 years, $51 million with incentives that can take it up to $57 million over its total lifespan. That's a big investment from this New Orleans Saints team. And they bring him back because he was one of the most disruptive players last season at his position, number 6 in the NFL, according to Next Gen Stats, when it comes to pressures with 73. The issue is that didn't finish plays successfully at the quarterback, only walked away with 5.5 sacks. And so you'd like to see that number tick up, but I do think that this Brandon Staley defense, which is going to deploy him as more of a stand-up, pin your ears back, and be an edge rusher, get after the quarterback style player, I think that's going to fit Chase Young very well. My understanding is that he's down in terms of weight as well, playing around 260, 265-ish. And so they're letting him be light. They're letting him be free. They're letting him use his speed and athleticism to get after the quarterback, which are more so parts of his trademark. And so I think that he fits pretty well with what it is that the Saints' new vision is, and so much that guys like him and Carl Granderson, who's also slimmed down this offseason, the Saints feel very comfortable moving ahead with them sort of as the premier focus as the pass rushers. And those were two players that were within the top 15 last year in quarterback pressures. The next number that needs to tick up is that sack production to make that monetary investment, fully play out.
Ross, what's up, brother? This is Matt Flynn. Good to get connected with you, man. Look, we got a full-blown official quarterback competition, so I'm going to be all over this with you. So this is what I'm the most intrigued about, as well as everybody else. So just, I guess from a wide view perspective, being at practice right now, what have you seen so far from both the young boys?
Yeah, first of all, congratulations, dude. Super excited to have you, for you to be here and everything like that. We the market are very lucky for you to come down here, so thanks a ton. I think that when you look at the kind of battle that's going on between these two guys, and look, it's a genuine quarterback battle. I think it's more genuine than that Jameis Winston Taysom Hill quarterback battle they had a few years ago. That felt like that was Jameis Winston's job the whole way through. But this feels a little bit more like a genuine thing. I think that what we're seeing so far is a tale of two quarterbacks that can both make big plays. But to me, the tale is that Spencer Rattler has been a little bit more consistent, while Tyler Shuck has shown you the bigger plays. And so the big question now becomes, which of those two things is most beneficial for this time? And then where's the growth between now and by the time that they, hit a football field in August in the preseason? And so I think that whichever one of them takes the biggest or shows the greatest amount of growth between now and then, that's going to be the guy that walks away. The thing that I like to try to remind people of is, and as you know very well, both of you, the game of football is not made up of 60-yard plays. Those 60-yard plays are big, but the NFL game is made up of 3 to 10-yard gains if you're lucky. And so the big thing for me when you look at these two quarterbacks is which one of them is going to consistently be able to move an offense with consistency and efficiency. The Saints and the Eagles last year, just looking, making the Kellen Moore comparison, were separated in 20-plus yard plays by just 2 plays last season, but yet their end results were wildly different from one another. One of the big reasons why is the Eagles were more efficient. They ran 82 more plays. They scored 100 more points. They got more help from the other phases of the game as well. And so I think that when you look at which one of these quarterbacks would be the quarterback that steps forward for me, consistency and efficiency, which matches kind of the trademarks of Kellen Moore, are going to be the most important thing. I'm not ready to say that one is ahead of the other after just a couple of OTA practices that we've seen so far. But I think that we'll be able to get into that conversation of growth a little bit more when these teams come back for training camp.
All right, there he is, our guy Ross Jackson. You know him, you love him. At Ross Jackson NOLA is the handle on social media. Check out his work on LouisianaSports.net. Also host of Locked On Saints. Ross, we appreciate it every single time, man. Look forward to our next conversation.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Appreciate you having me on. Y'all take care, stay safe, and I'll talk to you here soon.
Thanks,
all right, sounds good. Again, check out what Ross is doing. Big things, man, over at LouisianaSports.net. Does a fantastic job covering the Saints every single day. All right, I do want to talk a little Saints here throughout the show, certainly when we come back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, as we tell you, man, there is not a bad time to go for Dos, to grab that ice-cold Dos Equis. It doesn't matter if it is in the stadium during a game. It doesn't matter if it's before you walk into the stadium at the tailgate. It doesn't matter if you're at the pool, if you're at the lake, if you're at the beach, if you want a shower beer. Those are popular. Right?
They're delicious.
Exactly. So, look, we are so fired up to have Dos Equis here on the team, and it has been something that really over the last couple of times we've all gotten together, they've really taken care of us, man, and they are great people, and it has been a great partnership. And trust me when I say, man, it was going to be hard for me to make a switch from y'all know what it used to be, but now it is full Dos Equis.
Oh, and rightfully so. Like you said, there's no bad time. I know it's before 8 a.m. right now, but if you're headed to the airport beers are always welcome. It doesn't matter what time. You can get them anywhere. Go to your local store and go for Dos.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. My whole team on wild.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar, but instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Don't matter, just don't curse. Yo, fellas, y'all ready to do this? Yeah, what's up, guys? What's up,
From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
The best part about that one is, from players to legends, that means you were not legends when you were players. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Like you're a legend now.
Yeah.
Like you've only been in radio 4 days and
Sure.
you're already a legend. So
True.
congrats to that.
A lot of times people aren't legends till they're dead, though. So we beat that.
I guess that's fair.
Legends never die.
Legends never die.
That's what they told Benny the Jet.
Good
Benny
point.
the Jet Rodriguez
Yep.
They just go into the clouds.
just stayed stealing home.
He did. Coming up, we got Big Deal or No Big Deal to kick off hour number 2. We've got Jay Johnson at 8:30. We've got Mikey Matuk at 9. We've got Chef Michael Johnson at 9:15.
What a big show. Huge.
Do you forgive Derek Carr for how bad he was
No.
now that he's given back 30 milli?
Nah.
Do I?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, me neither. You, Alondra?
No.
No?
I don't
Tay-Tay?
forgive him because
Do
of
you
the
really
YouTube
think I
videos.
was gonna
Exactly.
forgive Derek
I'm
Carr
not
for
sure
anything?
that's why. He could be the nicest guy in the world. Maybe I'm an awful person. I ain't turning down 30 mil.
Look, if he turns down 30 million, I've actually got more questions than
Right.
before.
Yeah, that's the most ridiculous
That's
story.
wild behavior.
There's no
Yeah.
way he turned down 30 bills.
We'll be back. Hour 2, OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to trashrangers.com. Trashrangers.com is the website to sign up for residential commercial service. Also, you can sign up for the roll-off dumpster. 3 different sizes to choose from. Let's say that, can't hide money and you've got this big factory here in Baton Rouge and you've got to clean up a lot, all right? You can get a roll-off dumpster there. You can get that done. Let's say that, you have a project going on at your home, construction. Maybe you're upgrading and you don't have anywhere to put the trash. Trash Ranger is going to have a dumpster for you. Again, 3 different sizes. Give them a call. They'll make sure you have the right size at your project, at your home, at your business. 225-363-9053.
Yeah, commercial, residential, maybe You have 3 kids that don't play with their toys and have a ton, or we get 50 Amazon packages all the time. You just got to get a roll-off dumpster, clean up, little summer cleaning.
That's because of you,
Trash
Dragon.
Rangers.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Huh. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers. LA 21 12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning. It's 8 a.m. here on Thursday, June 5th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect mostly sunny skies with a high of 90 in hour 2 of today's show. We'll have Big Deal or No Big Deal at 8 a.m. At 8:30, LSU head baseball coach Jay Johnson hops on the show. And then in the 9 o'clock hour, we have Mikey Matuk at 9 o'clock and 9:15, our munchies segment with LSU executive chef Michael Johnson. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 104.5 ESPN channel. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Allstar Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Okay, here we go.
Where the plays get broken down and science gets denied.
Yeah, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Hour 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
I'm not going to lie to you. The last couple of days when I've heard that song, I have thought that we were about to hear NSYNC Bye Bye Bye.
I would not complain.
No, me neither. But
wait, I need to hear the beginning of it one more time.
The part where, hey,
Hold on.
you know, like.
Hang on. Okay, I can kind of see why.
I'll tell you when.
With
Hold on.
Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Okay, here we go.
Where the plays get broken down and science gets denied.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Hour 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio.
Right there.
Starts now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a banger, too. Just saying.
I love this song.
Let's
like
get
Bye Bye Bye
into
better.
a little big deal or no big deal.
Ain't no big deal.
Big deal? No big deal. Big deal.
No big deal.
No big deal.
No big deal.
All right, a little refresher
is this,
here.
Is this the segment that when you started it with Hanging a Hester, you called it big deal and no deal?
I called it big deal
or no deal. And I was like, this doesn't make any sense.
What did I call it? Because you made me change the name of it.
Yeah, you called it big deal or no deal.
Yeah, it was. It was big deal or no deal. And you were like, I don't like that.
Yeah,
and so we changed it to big deal or no big deal.
Yeah.
You changed
credit
this. The
to
best
myself.
part about this is a segment that you and I did when we started radio together. You change a name, and then as we're coming back into this segment, you're like, I got to come up with one of these.
Well, I didn't
yes.
know. Well,
that's how we've always done the segment.
You know, you would think you would tell your co-host what we're doing.
We've done it for 7 years.
Bro. Wrong.
No.
When was the last time that I did it?
Well, I don't care about you. I'm saying we started this, and then we've done it on the show here before. This is okay. This segment.
This is bad communication.
This segment.
Bad communication.
Look, just say you're not prepared. This segment. This segment is for sports topics.
Yep.
That are relevant, but maybe not relevant to here as much, but they're certainly relevant in the sports world. So we're not going to spend a full segment on them, but we're going to spend some time on them. That's what. That's why this was put in. Like the New York Knicks firing Tom Thibodeau after their best run in the last 25 years, and they fire their head coach. Is that a big deal or no big deal?
That's a huge deal.
It's not one of the options.
Okay, that's a big deal.
Thank you.
You don't want to rename it again?
No, I don't. Stop.
Yeah, because it is kind of wild to me, thinking about it. For, 25 years, they've been ultra irrelevant. And so this coach comes in and gets them to a place that maybe they're not fulfilling, what they should.
Well, I mean, what
based
should,
on their
though?
roster?
I mean, because he's led the Knicks to back-to-back 50-win seasons for the first time since 1995.
Right. Okay, so maybe I'll say that a different way. Maybe he didn't fulfill what the potential could be. Maybe the front office thinks he's not getting what. But I think it's a little short-sighted to say, look what we've been for 25 years. And this is the dude that has gotten us to the point where we have this potential. So, yeah, big deal.
I mean, that's a huge deal. I saw something the other day. So Tom Thibodeau, 24 playoff wins with the Knicks. Every other coach combined in the last 20 years, 7 playoff wins.
Solid.
Oh, and it all came from Mike Woodson. So Woodson 7.
Mike Woodson.
Woodson
Oh,
7.
my gosh.
Thibodeau 24. Every other coach the last 20 years and no playoff wins.
Mike Woodson. I have not heard that name in a long. Is he still coaching Indiana?
I don't think so.
I don't think. Probably not. No, you're right. No, Indiana got a new coach. Duh. Alondra, is that a big deal or no big deal? The Knicks fire Tom Thibodeau.
I think it's a big deal. This is somebody who doesn't really pay attention to the NBA too much. Y'all know I just pay attention to Spurs and then when the Luka trade, whatever. But I think it's a big deal because you made a great run. So what are you firing him for?
Makes no sense. You look at the last couple of NBA champions, the Bucks have done this, the Nuggets have done this. It's like if you win a championship, they don't even care. They just move on from you so quickly.
Yeah, but also haven't the Knicks historically been not great for the so then your coach brings you to the conference finals.
First time winning 50 games in back-to-back years since 95.
Yeah.
Were y'all born in 95?
No.
I was born in 96, and I think I'm older than her. So.
Y'all
I was
weren't born yet.
No.
Think how much y'all have lived.
Yeah.
The last time it happened.
Yeah, so I think that's a huge deal. Why are you
Knicks.
firing your coach that brought you further than you've been since 1995?
There's a problem with in sports, and really I guess anything, but in sports, the people in charge sometimes that aren't boots on the ground there every day that make decisions, sometimes they make decisions based on like stats and throwing stuff against the board and saying, all right, we got a great team. Would we be better off with this, or this coach than our current coach? Like, could that get this team over the edge? Without thinking about the relationship that coach has with the players, everything that he's built there, that's like his program. They tend to think, and it happens a lot, like, are we better with this player instead of this player? Not really thinking about what that player or coach means to how everything else operates. So, I mean, that's, again, Andre, I'm with you. I'm not a basketball guy, but that's a stupid move.
Yeah, I agree. And I know it is in vogue to do that in the NBA. Still does not make sense to me, and the Knicks will be worthless, and
they're back.
They'll be relevant because they're the Knicks, the Knicks, but they'll be irrelevant when it comes to winning games.
Back to the status quo. Let's go.
Ooh,
No doubt
not
about it.
only that, like your best player is Jalen Brunson. The assistant coach for the Knicks is Rick Brunson under Tom Thibodeau.
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson after the game said he wanted Thibodeau back. Like, what's Rick Brunson's future? How does Jalen Brunson feel about that? Like, this is not good. And maybe they think Thibodeau can only take us to the conference finals, and that's as far as we can get. I'm gonna make damn sure you get somebody better though.
What's a dumber move? Firing this guy or the GM trading Luka? That's two pretty dumb moves.
The GM trading Luka, I think. Yeah,
they're both pretty bad.
He got a bag of boiled peanuts in return. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. But both are pretty bad. All right, are you ready?
Yeah, I got one.
All right, let's go.
It's not a big deal. You didn't tell me anything about the show until right now, but here we go.
Fine.
It was on the rundown at 6:50
Big deal
this morning.
or no big deal? The Saints currently are plus 425 to make the playoffs. The Pacers are currently plus 500 to win NBA championship in this series that they're in.
Yeah.
So is it a big deal that the Saints have a better betting record to make the playoffs than the Pacers do to win the current NBA
I actually
finals?
think that's a huge deal, like you would say. That's a very big deal. I would if my money is on the line here, I would much rather give it to the Pacers in a series they're already in, and the way they've been playing in this postseason, the way they've come back like 97 times from these scores that nobody's supposed to come back from before the Saints make the playoffs.
Right. And it's $75 difference too. Plus 425.
No. I mean, that's actually pretty wild. That's one of those deals where I hope I'm wrong, but as we're sitting there talking to Ross, I'm looking at the Saints depth chart, and I'm like, ooh, they got some holes there, man. And the roster, it's thin. It's got some. It does have some juice to it, but it's so thin. If you're a couple injuries away from just total tank mode.
And I get it. Like, the Pacers are fighting uphill. They're playing a team that's got one of the greatest records of all time in the NBA. It's an all-time team they're playing right now. But plus 500.
I'm actually going to go bet that.
Yeah,
right now.
Right? Is that a little shocking?
I'm
to
going to
you?
go bet that. Yeah.
Breaking sports news to you?
Everybody in here? Yeah, you are.
Oh, are we going to bet on the
Everybody
Pacers?
in here? Everybody in here.
Okay.
We go with that?
I mean, that's
Pacers to win the series.
Okay.
That's kind of been
$25.
Let's go.
Okay.
All right, we good?
Yep.
Down?
Yeah, it bothers me. Like we
Right
were
now.
talking about this when the playoffs started. Everybody's like, "Oh, the Pacers came out of nowhere. They were in the conference finals last year."
Last year.
Like they're not out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You have a bona fide superstar in Halliburton. This is a young team. They can do everything. Like nobody's giving them a chance against OKC. It's wild.
So their best player, Halliburton.
Yep.
Pacers' best player didn't make the All-Star team.
That's crazy.
Also, like we didn't talk
500,
about this.
man.
Why are we
That's
disrespecting
crazy.
the Pacers?
Right?
Well, we didn't
Right.
talk
We're
about
not.
this.
The
No, I
Wolfpack
just mean
isn't.
no. The Wolfpack's not.
Yeah.
In-
Well, Wolfpack, I just put $25 for
All right,
them
Wolfpack.
to win. Here we go.
Wolfpack bet.
Thought about putting this in weekend winners that we did on Monday. Tyrese Halliburton. I mean, we talked about his historical triple-double where he had like 15 assists, no turnovers, whatever. Was not the MVP of the Eastern Conference Finals.
No, he missed about one vote, two
Like
votes?
Siakam was great. He had a couple,
Siakam did take over one full
he did.
game
He
by
did, and he had a
himself.
couple 30-point games. But like, I mean, come on.
Halliburton was almost going to be a weekend loser for me for that clip of him walking up when they announced it.
How could you not?
When they announced MVP, like, all right, this guy played great.
They zoomed in on him and he
started
was
walking up.
Well,
He was
in
like,
fairness, like the camera guy's on it because the camera guy's like, all right,
Well,
like he's
right,
winning
right.
it, so they zoom in on him.
Oh, man, not a good look.
That sucks.
He played it off all right. It was good.
He was like, I was just stretching, bro.
Yeah.
I was just.
I
all
did
right.
like his big nuts.
What?
Big nuts
Wait,
celebration.
What?
The
Pause.
celebration.
Yeah, I
like the-
forgot to say the celebration. My bad.
Clip it.
It's
Too
like
much. Yeah.
Whoa.
the Asian guy on Major League 2.
Yes.
He did the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, my bad. Too big of a pause.
No. Like,
Between-
you need to
no,
say
like
you
you pause.
need to say pause.
Yeah, it's got it.
All
on me,
right,
guys.
Alondra.
Big deal or no big deal? We haven't talked about this yet, so I'll give a little bit of context behind the big deal or no big deal. So, actually, maybe there's 2 in 1. So, Oklahoma is out of the Women's College
Yeah.
World Series for the first time since 2020.
Since Jesus was a boy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then before 2020, they were the champs like 2016 to 2019. So they're just like a ridiculously good program, right? Patty Gasso's out there making history and stuff. Texas Tech knocks them out of the Women's College World Series with their $1 million pitcher, Kennedy.
Yeah.
So last night, they're playing Texas in the finals, and Kennedy is asked to walk Reese Atwood, their catcher. She throws him a little too much in the zone. Count is 3-0, and Atwood just goes for it, and she knocks in the tying run and the run for the lead. So they lose. Texas Tech loses that game. Kennedy owns up to it. She's like, "That's on me. I couldn't throw a ball, whatever." So big deal or no big deal, the $1 million pitcher making a little oopsie.
Look, she is a baller.
She's incredible.
She's
Yeah.
pitched every inning for them in the College World Series. But it's a big deal because they were trying to put her on base. The catcher standing up, throw a ball. It's 3-0, and that's the hit that loses you the game because you couldn't throw a ball. You throw too hittable,
just too good
of
coach.
a pitch when you're trying to intentional walk one of their better hitters. It was a wild scene, and credit to her for being locked in and ready to hit. I mean, it is.
Well, so they asked Reese. They asked both of them after the game. Obviously, what happened there, and Reese was like, "I knew that they were intentionally trying to walk me." She was 0 for 10 in the tournament so far. Reese Atwood was. And she said that she was just watching the pitches, and she was like, okay, I got to make a play for my team here. So that last 3-0 pitch, she went out and she got it, and she did. She made the play for her team. They went up 2-1 after that. So
it probably would have been a hit anyways, but you can tell, like, obviously Texas Tech was flat-footed.
Yeah.
You got your catcher standing up, and you're thinking, oh, they're about to walk her.
So in softball, they got to pitch it like they actually got to throw the 4 balls.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Wait, what do you mean?
Well, like in baseball, you can
Oh,
just throw
yeah,
a
you
ball.
can. Yeah, okay, yeah.
So, man, that's a big deal. That's a game. I'll be talking about that game a lot later on this afternoon. So,
Well, I mean, it's just crazy that Oklahoma gets knocked out of it, but from one person. Well, like Texas beat them Saturday, and then Tech beat them, I think it was Monday. So just crazy that program's not winning another natty.
yeah,
That's all they do is win natties.
I know. And Texas has been in that championship series for many of those losses to
Yeah.
Oklahoma. So this for them is getting over that Oklahoma hump.
Yeah.
All right, Tay.
Well, before we get to mine, like that $1 million pitcher, I'm actually at home yesterday. They're doing a story on her. So I think her total, like NIL things, like 1.3, 1.4.
Yep.
The previous high softball NIL deal was $175,000.
That's crazy.
Versus $1.4 million.
Yep.
Well, like she single-handedly took 2 teams to the Women's College World Series. Like she was with Stanford last year.
Yep. Oh,
and
yeah.
LSU faced her.
Stanford was not great. Their
Yeah.
lineup was not great at all.
Yeah.
And they got there
Because of her.
Yeah.
I could say the same thing for Texas Tech. Like, they're not bad, but she's like their biggest weapon that they
it's
have.
not even close. Yeah.
Any
Especially
team that
pitched
has
every
Kennedys, that's their biggest weapon, but
Yeah.
it's just insane.
Yep.
She took 2 teams there.
Yep.
All right, the 2025 FPI for college football, like national championship odds, came out yesterday. The Tigers have a 30.3% chance of making the playoffs. They have a 1.8% chance of making the national championship. And according to FPI, projected wins, 7.9 wins for the Tigers. Big deal or no big deal?
It's a big deal because those numbers are low.
And they've gotten lower.
And there were some teams on that list, because I talked about this yesterday, that were highly surprising. Tennessee is higher on that list than LSU. Tennessee's odds are better. Nico Iamaleava is no longer there. He's at UCLA, right? And Aguilar comes in from UCLA. He's not the same quarterback. I mean, Nico still had some struggles last year. You lose Pierce. You lose the SEC Offensive Player of the Year at running back. Tennessee being that high on that list was highly surprising. Like, I would have LSU more in the range of where Clemson and Miami are than where they're at. So I say it's a big deal just because I think more of LSU than 7.9 wins and 1.8% chance to win a championship.
7.9 wins.
Yep.
So you said 30%
to make the playoffs.
Right. So give me what Jake just said. What's Clemson, Miami?
Clemson 9.7 wins, 47.3% chance to make the playoff, and 3.8% chance to win the championship. And Miami's very similar.
I would say this is no big deal because this sounds like a really dumb list.
It is. Texas,
right.
again.
Whoever wrote this list and came up with these stats, get trash.
Well, Texas, favorites to win the national title. Like, Archie Manning might be good. Hasn't started yet. It's ridiculous. But that's the FBI for you.
Yeah, the Texas stuff is something I certainly want to get into with Flynn, because you've got a quarterback in Arch Manning who we've talked about for 4 or 5 years now, and he is still yet to be the full-time starter. And Texas is one of the teams with the best national championship odds, but there's still so much to prove for him, for them too. I mean, they lost a lot. Now, they got some guys coming back, and so I think Texas is going to be right there in the fold. And I think a lot of Steve Sarkisian, I think he's a top 3 play caller in the country. I mean, what he does pre-snap, it's like window dressing, but with a purpose. I love it. Mm-hmm. Like, he is going to know what you're doing before, the ball is snapped. But I don't know, man. When you've got as many returning quarterbacks as we have in the country, and the top 3 teams right now, actually top 4 teams in the FPI, Texas, Georgia, Ohio State, Alabama, we don't know anything about what they're going to be at quarterback.
No. I mean, he's looked good. Arch has looked good. It's almost unfair, like the expectations, but you want to be at the position where you have expectations put on you.
Yeah.
I hope they're not good because LSU plays them in the opener, but we know what Klubnik is. We don't know what Arch is. They have their top 3 receivers back from a year ago. They're in a weaker conference. Texas has none of those things.
Look, when you look at the FPI, and actually let's do this. Let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll look at some of these teams that are in here. There's a nice one by Tay to pull this one up, because there's some returning quarterbacks that aren't getting near the love leading their team as some of these first-time starting quarterbacks, and we'll break it all down here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to pelicanroof.com, where you can get that instant roof quote right there on the homepage of the website. I mean, you put in your address, and it's going to Google map it. It's going to get an outline of your roof and give you an idea of what it is going to cost you. Just an incredible tool they have there on the homepage. I was actually taking my daughter, Harlow, on a walk last night, kind of late evening. Man, Pelican Roof was still hard at work in our neighborhood, and it was so cool because, I saw the Pelican Roof flag that they were working there, and everything was in order. Like, as they're working on the roof, everything was still cleaned up and kept tight. Stuff wasn't everywhere and making this big mess. And that's just a great example. I almost took a picture of it. I was like, I don't want to be, they might be like, why does this guy take a picture of my house? So I can talk about it on the radio. I mean, that's just the kind of service you're going to get. PelicanRoof.com.
Yeah, that means they take pride in what they do. They take pride in their job. They operate with integrity, and that's at the core of everything they do. So if you need to get your roof checked out, go to pelicanroof.com.
At Atmos Energy, our Smart Choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644.
Baby, you don't know.
2007 champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn, Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
I love gold.
Tell the people about something while I confirm with Jay.
Hey, can we get that clip of Gold Member saying that? So every time that, what do they call it? The
Rejoiner? Rejoin?
The rejoin. Every time that rejoin comes on.
Gold.
I love gold.
We also got to play the Scratch 'em Cats video at some point today. We forgot to do that the other day.
Hey, welcome back.
Giggle.
Guys, like the fact that it's real, too.
I think that's the first time I've ever heard you do a voice of any type. Besides, like,
Jimbo
redneck
Fisher.
voice. Oh, Jimbo Fisher.
I've done that one. We used to do that in Australia. And I don't remember why we
The one you
started
just
that.
did, though, is the most, like, committed I've ever heard.
Yeah. Yeah, that was...
He'll do like a radio voice, like an exaggerated
Oh,
one.
I do that. Yeah. The big guy that used to sit over here was pretty, pretty good at doing those. And he did them often as well.
There's a couple of real-life people that do big-time radio voice.
Hey, welcome back in. OTB here on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Coming to you live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studios. Like that?
At a triangle desk.
Well, okay, that was terrible, by the way.
That
was not bad.
That was so low energy.
It was so low energy.
At a triangle desk.
You just
little
don't have
better.
it. I don't know. You don't have it. You don't know.
Yeah.
You didn't listen to Casey Kasem growing up, and it shows.
Are you kidding me?
It doesn't sound like it.
I still listen to
Doesn't sound like it.
There is a
It's
radio
okay. It just
station.
means you're not fake.
I don't.
It's true.
It just means you can't be fake.
That's right. It's kind of like that pitcher can't throw a ball.
Yeah, she can't throw a ball.
I can't
She
throw a
just
bad
can't
pitch.
do it,
Sorry,
yeah.
coach. Let me strike this person out.
Yeah,
And they did it.
I do redneck all the time.
That is true. But that's That's kind of easy though.
It is. It's in the wheelhouse. Hey, say fella.
Yeah, they were kind of calling us a little bit of a redneck in the huddle. No, I keep calling the huddle. The chat. Everybody knows what I mean. I was like, yeah, we are proclaimed concrete rednecks.
Who was calling us that?
I don't remember. It was a while back.
I mean, that's a term earlier.
It is a term in the German. Like, we had no disrespect.
No, we are who we are.
But we are all, concrete redneck is the term because you know we like our amenities every now and then.
Yeah.
But it is a term of endearment. But you do it well. But that voice that you just did with the gig 'em, pretty good.
Okay, thank you.
I don't even think I've seen the video.
I think Tay has it. Can we
Do
play
you
it
have
right
it?
now?
I mean, because I told Jay we'd come to him in like 7-8 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's,
All right.
Now, there's a bunch. I just picked one.
I don't care. They're all going to be great.
I'm going to Texas Christian University. My name's Madison, and I'm going to Texas Christian University. I'm also going to Texas University. Hi, I'm Jillian. I'm going to Alley Christian. Scratch your cat. Hi, I'm Jillian. I'm going to Alley Christian. Scratch your cat. I'm Claire Jensen, and I'm going to BYU. I'm Claire Jensen, and I'm going to BYU. I'm Cindy Person, and I'm going to Texas Tech University. I'm Cindy Person, and I'm going to Texas Tech University. Hi, my name is Ella Springfield, and I'm going to Louisiana State University. Go Tigers! Hi, my name is Olivia Springfield, and I'm going to Louisiana State University. Go Tigers! Go Tigers! My name is...
The Giga one was so accurate.
I mean, golly, that's not so Texas A&M. Oh, shout out to the Abilene Christian in the midst of A&M and Texas Tech and LSU, all these
going to Abilene
BYU.
Getting a big
Abilene Christian, scratch and cat. I mean, whoa.
Is that the scratch 'em cats?
Yeah, that's what she said.
Sweet Eileen's
Oh, man.
Some people have bad, like, sayings that they're like Arizona, the University of Arizona, the Wildcats on their football field says bear down.
Yeah.
And they are the Wildcats. I just don't like
say
it.
bear down.
Huh.
Well, there's a lot of people with identity crisis. I mean, Auburn.
We don't question Auburn as much.
I do. Yeah. It's a great place to play, though. I actually think, for my money, outside of Tiger Stadium, I think it's the loudest I've ever played in. Jordan Hare can get loud.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. An 04?
04, that weird, like, Ronnie Prude got called for leaping.
Yeah, what is that?
I don't even know what it is.
We lost.
So they tie the game. They go to kick the extra point. They miss it, but Ronnie Prude, the only time I ever heard it ever, got a call for leaping. They get a chance to re-kick it 10-9 maybe.
Something like that, because we had missed an extra point.
And then we had like a Chris Jackson, right? I think so. It wasn't Chris Jackson. You were holding.
I was holding.
Was it your fault?
No. Well, I mean.
Yeah.
I was.
Who was it?
4-year starter.
I mean,
guys.
it doesn't matter. I mean, I can go look it up, or you could just tell me.
I believe it was Ryan Goday.
Okay, there you go. Shout out Ryan Goday and Sean Goday.
Great kicker.
And then we had like a 7-5 or something there in 06.
That was Auburn, yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Was 04
7-3?
The Xavier Carter Neal?
That was Georgia.
That was Georgia. Okay. All right.
That's the only time in my LSU football career that it was so bad, and from the very get-go, we knew it wasn't going to go our way.
It wasn't.
It wasn't right. Only fumble in my career was in that game.
It just wasn't right that day.
Oof. David Green could not miss in the corner. I don't even remember what receiver he was throwing to, but whatever the peak version of David Green was, you got it that day in Athens.
Just firing it in about 7 miles an hour. Sucker spun about 3,000 times a second, though.
Oh, I mean, they had, David Pollock, like real David Pollock before he got skinny. Odell Thurman, who was, I believe, like in jail for something the week before and then got out and played against us, and he was like a grown man. Greg Blue, Thomas Davis playing safety. A 15-year middle linebacker
Thomas
in the
Davis
NFL
played
safety for Georgia. Yes, that's who made me fumble.
What?
Yes, he played safety.
I forgot about that.
I didn't. Dude hit me. I broke a run. Like, I'm talking 20 yards. I'm out in the open. I'm like, man, I'm gonna go set a tone on Thomas Davis. This guy's an All-American. I'm a freshman.
Tone
that story ends.
You set the tone.
Thomas Davis won, me nothing.
You didn't know, but in fairness, you didn't know he was going to be like one of the best linebackers in the NFL.
I had both hands on the ball the whole, like, good. No, it didn't matter. He hit me, that ball goes, boop, about 15 yards up in the air.
My mind is absolutely blown right now that Thomas Davis played safety.
Yeah. We'll find some highlights, but we do need to go to break because when we come back, we're going to be joined by the head baseball coach of the LSU Fighting Tigers.
Let's go.
Jay Johnson.
Off the bench.
All right, we are super excited to tell you about Rouses. Obviously, we told you, Matt has a great relationship with them there. We do as well. Love going in there. And summer is here, and Rouses has you covered all summer long. So right now, from right now until June the 11th, stock up on 24-ounce packs of Wright bacon for just $8.99. And let's be honest, bacon makes everything better. And if King Curtis once taught me anything, is bacon is good for me, okay? It's going to be good for you as well. Go to Rouses. Check out all the deals they've got going on right now.
Yeah, summertime, need to cool off. Rouses has a perfect summer fruit. Sweet, juicy cantaloupe, mini seedless watermelons, and honeydew melons. Get 2 for only $5 right now. And it's grilling season 2. Get your grill ready with some USDA prime beef, whole boneless New York strip for just $10.97 a pound. Go visit right now your local Rouses Market.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team colors, team swag, and now your very own website. LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always, no paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net. Powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental.
Locked in on LSU football 24/7. You're listening to Off the Bench.
All right, and welcome back in. It is OTB here on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, and we are always excited every single Thursday to catch up with the head coach of LSU baseball, Jay Johnson, who joins us now. Coach, always appreciate the time. Hope you're doing well.
Doing great. How you guys doing this morning?
Doing fantastic, man. We are so fired up to get a Super Regional here in Baton Rouge. But before we go forward, let's kind of look back to the regional and across college baseball, Coach. I mean, there was teams that were just fighting and scratching and clawing, and we saw like historic upsets, and we saw four seeds win on opening day alone. There was some real competitive baseball, Coach, across the country, and you had some teams fighting in some big venues and didn't back down.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think it's one of the things that makes baseball one of the most interesting, intriguing sports, even though it moves slower than football and basketball. In football and basketball, the talent advantage 90% of the time is probably going to win out. And in baseball, because of the pitcher, it's the team that plays the best that day. And I think you saw that in this NCAA tournament. I think 7 hosts lost or did not advance. And, you know, if everything screams baseball, that's it. And we're fortunate that we played well and we're able to advance out, and really excited about what we have coming this weekend.
Yeah, Coach, and the box was electric all weekend long it was, but I was there on Sunday night, and the same fans came back on Monday night, and it was a great atmosphere. And you made some changes, Coach, to the lineup, and those paid off in a big way. And Ethan Fry, there in the 2-hole, he gets on base 6 times, 4 for 4, a couple of doubles, a home run. I mean, those changes worked out perfectly. What went into the thought process of kind of switching some things around with really the season on the line?
Yeah, I've been asked a lot about this, and we've had a very good year, in my opinion, very consistent offensively. You know, I've always operated, though, that, you know, the only day that matters is the one in front of you. And when you're in a winner go home game, championship game, elimination game, obviously you have a lot to gain by taking some risks. And we did it in the national championship game in 23, shuffling the deck a little bit, and obviously paid off. And just kind of looking at where all the players were like today, because I believe young players change day to day. We're not major leaguers. They're not major leaguers. And, you know, given the circumstances of the game, how did we want to set the lineup? You mentioned Ethan. I think he's easily the hottest, and in my opinion, one of the best players in the country right now today. Yeah. So I wanted to get him to the plate as many times as we could. He just got a good slow heartbeat, very mature player, in control of himself. And then Stephen Milam, put him behind him. He's taken the at-bats that we believe he's capable of right now. And I wanted to get those guys up as many times as we could. Danny had hit a couple home runs against Little Rock on Friday.
Yeah.
They obviously viewed him as a threat. Thought Jake Brown was just a good matchup for the pitcher, and then put in Jared in the 6-hole. If those guys in front of him did their job, you know, it might make things a little bit easier on him, where they'd almost lose track of him, forget about him. And obviously he popped a big home run, you know, and then obviously, you know, what I said to the team, having Luis in the 8-hole, that's as good an 8-hole hitter as you're going to have in the country tonight. And he popped 2 home runs. So it worked out great, but it was really just a sign of, you know, we gave everybody a job to do in the lineup that day, and the guys did a good job executing it.
Coach, introduce myself to you. It's Matt Flynn. It's a pleasure to talk to you. Looking forward to talking with you every week the rest of the season. So, look, my question is, the big decision. You're going into this regional, and it's different than any other week of the season. You have a lot to think about. You have a lot of, from a pitching standpoint, what's the rotation going to be? When do guys come in? How many innings? Everything like that. It's different than any other week of the season leading up to that point. So what kind of goes into like the game 3, what goes into your decision on who's starting and what, you know, how many rotations through the lineup you want them to go? And like, what kind of goes into that preparation of game 3 from a starter standpoint, but also knowing that you kind of have to be prepared for a potential game 4 as well?
Yeah, great question. And, you know, I don't know that T-Bob would have articulated it the same way you just did it.
Yes! You just gave me my first great question response. Thank you.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah, I couldn't wait to give him a hard time. Very nice to meet you, first off. Second off, a lot, honestly. I mean, game 1 and 2 are pretty easy with the guys that we have. It's not easy in terms of winning, but you're going to go with those 2 guys. It was just a matter of determining what order. And, I had a thought out deal of why we were going to do Anthony and then Cade. And so that was in place. And then, really game 3 wasn't as hard as you would think. I mean, Jaden Newt has thrown the ball really well for us for the last 3 or 4 weeks and felt like he could get us off to a good start, didn't have his best outing. And then you're right, it gets a little tricky. Obviously I would have loved to have ended the deal on Sunday night, but you have to play that thing smart because the worst thing that you could do is burn through your best guys and lose that game. And so we're fortunate where we feel like we had multiple options at that point. When I say that, about 4 or 5 guys, Chase Shores had been throwing the ball well. We were up 3-2. Velocity in that team's second game in the doubleheader, I thought would give him a problem. And he immediately got us out of that inning, with the lead, and then went out and got the leadoff guy and felt like he could get us 3 to 4 innings, which would give us the time to see where the game was at. Now, if we're up 5-1, or excuse me, at that point, 5-2, Kason Evans was going in the game on Sunday night, to finish it. But they took the lead, at 5-3, stretched it to 6-4, I believe, or 6-3, then 6-4, and then ultimately 10-4. And that's one of the weird games of the year where it's great that you're in the winner's bracket, but you have to do that the right way. And I feel like that we did. And it was honestly like 10-4 in the ninth. It was almost better that it was 10-4 than had stayed 6-4. And it put us in a good spot. I felt really good about Monday, knowing we had Zach, Kason, and Anthony for the very back end of the game, and felt like we would hit. We didn't come through necessarily on Sunday night, but I felt like our offense was in a good spot. Those 3 pitchers, maybe a couple other guys for short bolts, that we were in a good spot to win on Monday.
And, Coach, Kason Evans, what can you say about him? He doesn't start the game on Monday, but when he comes in, strikes out 9 straight guys. He was unhittable, and he had this look about him, and he had this energy about him, and he was wasting no time on the mound. It's like, catcher, get me the ball as soon as you can. Batter, get in the box, and I'm going to strike you out. Like, there was some big alpha energy from him, and I've asked you this before, and I'm just going to keep harping on it. You're not supposed to have that as a freshman. Certainly a true freshman in that venue, in the best stadium in college baseball with everything on the line, but he's got it and then some.
There's no doubt. That's one of the most important players we've recruited here in my 4 years. Knew it the second we got him, got him through the draft. I don't know if I said this earlier in the year when we were talking about him. Well, I was supposed to go to one of my friend's wedding in California, and then on a Saturday, I was going to leave on Friday, and then Thursday, he called me and said, "Hey, my parents and I want to come back out for a second visit." So I called my buddy and I said, "Hey, man, sorry, we're not coming. Like, this is and he's a baseball guy. I was like, you'll get it when this dude shows up." And I
Coach, did you text him the other night? Please say you did.
I called him on Monday night, and he's like, "That was the guy, wasn't it?" I was like, "That's exactly who that was."
So he understood that, right? As soon as hey, that was the guy that just struck out 9 straight guys in the postseason. Like, you're forgiven forever for that, right?
Yeah, no doubt. He's a baseball agent, so he was like, he knows very well who he is now. So.
Coach, I was curious watching on Monday. What are the in-game adjustments? Is there anything said from a coaching staff to a lineup if there's a tight strike zone in a game? Because I thought watching the game, and I'm a very novice baseball knowledge guy, but I'm watching the game, and I'm thinking one of the big differences right now is it seems that our guys, LSU, is adjusting to a tighter strike zone from a discipline standpoint in the batter's box. Is there something, like you in the first couple innings, is there a mid-game adjustment that you tell all your guys, we got a tight strike zone, we're going to implement a different type of game plan in the batter's box?
100%, and you always are adjusting to the pitcher, having a good game plan there. I think, the umpire, you can tell pretty quickly. And, most of the time, not the other night, but most of the time we're the home team. And based on, you had the two of the elite strike throwers in the history of whatever, when Cade and Anthony, depending on, whether the guy's raising his right arm. If he's not raising his right arm when those guys are throwing in the first inning, you're like, okay, guys, let's button this thing down a little bit. And So that's definitely a thing. It doesn't happen as much as you think. And I would say this, and I've felt this coming out here, the NCAA tournament's different because you're getting the best of the best umpires. But I think they've done a great job, and they do a good job in the SEC. And the guys this weekend, I thought behind the plate did a really good job. And, and sometimes, you get them from different parts of the country in the NCAA tournament. That's kind of how they do it. And I actually worry about it going the other way sometimes where it opens up a little bit,
right.
But yeah, I thought our guys did a good job. I mean, we had a bunch of walks the other night, which, that's a big part of our offense. It's like turnovers in football. Let's just take what they give us and turn it into something big. And, I thought our hitters did a good job with that.
Catching up with LSU head baseball coach Jay Johnson here on OTB. All right, Coach, let's go to West Virginia. They won the Big 12 in the regular season. Really good baseball team. They go to Clemson, South Carolina. They win that regional against, a pretty good field with Clemson, Kentucky, and others. Initial look at West Virginia, kind of your initial breakdown of what they're bringing to town.
Yeah, two really good starting pitchers. Their Friday guy or number one guy they lean on a lot. They actually brought him in like we did with Anthony, but on one day's rest to finish out the regional. So they really lean on him a lot. Those guys throw a lot of pitches. They're going to stay in the game. They ride them on offense. Impressive in terms of how they play. I would say, they obviously have like 108 stolen bases or something like that. They do a really good job with the bunting game. They have old position players that take really good at bats. They don't strike out very much. And I think most importantly, and you guys know how important this is, they believe that they can win. And they're a championship caliber team and one of the best leagues in college baseball. And we're going to have to play great, to advance out of this. Yep. And we're excited about that challenge.
Coach, I'm not gonna ask you like what your lineup decisions and what it's gonna be.
Good, because he wouldn't tell you.
Yeah, well, obviously, but like when you go into making a decision like that, especially this time of the year, do you kind of go with like a hot hand? Do you go with what's happening in the short term, or do you kind of look at it as, all right, we're resetting. This is a brand new weekend. Let's go with what kind of the long term plan is.
Well, your season's on the line every day now, so it's really what's best for today. And like I said, it's a little bit unconventional thinking, but, our players, again, in 18 to 21, 22, they change a little bit more than the professional player. And then sometimes there's just a matchup thing. Like, hey, we work really hard on that. We're a great guy, and Jamie Tutko, and helps me with, like, some data and analytics and evaluating matchups. And then we'll set the lineup. I'll consider starting a guy that hadn't started in a long time on Monday night, just because we felt like we like where he's at with his at-bats that he's taking right now. And, he's going to impact the game some way, shape, or form. And so it's a little more like what's best for today. Now, with that being said, we've been very consistent this year and very good throughout the season. We had one hiccup at Auburn, but other than that, it doesn't mean we've scored 7 or 8 every game, but I feel like I have a pretty good idea of what I'm going to get, and sometimes it's just slotting them for what's best for that day.
And we look forward to it. Coming up this weekend inside Alec Box Stadium, West Virginia coming to town for a Super Regional. Coach, man, me and the family had such a good time at the Regional. Can't wait to be back at the box for the Super Regional. The stadium was electric. It's going to be turned up to an absolute 11. We look forward to it, and we always appreciate your time.
All right, guys. Have a great day.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, there he is, head baseball coach for the LSU Tigers, Jay Johnson. Good enough to join us every single week here on OTB. All right, we will step away one final time here in hour number 2. Coming back, I'm going to hit on some of what Jay talked about there, and we'll do it right here on ESPN Baton Rouge.
Off the bench.
All right, go to BoudreauxElectrical.com. BoudreauxElectrical.com is the website, and it is true all the time, but certainly here during storm season, it is a coming, right? And we have all been through hurricanes, and we've probably all been through a power outage, and we've all been through a power outage that didn't have a whole home generator before. And I can just tell you, as someone that now has a whole home generator, it is a completely different peace of mind. And so Boudreaux is going to come out, they can give you that quote, tell you exactly what it's going to be for your home, for your business. That's why their tagline is more power, more protection. It is going to protect you against that outage. It's ultimate peace of mind, and you're going to get that at boudreauxelectrical.com.
Generators. Here pretty soon, that Gulf of America is going to be heating up. So call a team that consists of highly skilled electricians, along with factory-trained and certified generator technicians. That's boudreauxelectrical.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Huh. Looks like the lucky just got luckier.
From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
Maybe my favorite R&B song of all time. Certain, like, early 2000s for sure.
I've never heard this song.
Yes, you did. You shut your mouth right now.
Well, let's wait till, where's the drop?
You don't believe his stories. You know that they're all lies. Bad as you are, you stick around, and I just don't know why. If I was your man, baby, you never worry about what I do. I'd be coming home back to you every night.
Still?
You still don't know it?
I'm not going to say I've never heard it.
I just want to show you you are.
You don't know it?
Sounds like a familiar beat. I like it. I respect it. Let's just keep playing
Mario?
till the
You don't
end
know
here.
Mario?
Man. Braid My Hair, Mario. You know that one? No?
What? Braid My Hair, Mario?
Yeah, Mario's a singer. He has a song, Braid My Hair.
Mario what?
Just Mario.
Just Mario.
Just Mario. One word.
It's a good video game. Mario is the ultimate meathead of video games.
I just saw the comment.
Yeah. It's not true. I don't want to
Chef
do that.
kicking off hour number 3, OTB.
Off the bench.
Sports.
Yeah, that's Mario, that segment. YourGoodwood.com for Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. 225-4GD-WOOD is the number. Give that number a call if you're going through something and you want to find out how Goodwood can help you, right? Because they're going to be able to help you. If you have got a question, they're going to help answer that question. We've been saying it for the last couple of weeks and months. You shouldn't be embarrassed either. Like, there should be no hesitation. You call the number or you go book the consultation online. Again, YourGoodwood.com, because they can help you. They can help you move forward with whatever you're going through right now. You can check out a full list of services, pricing on the website, YourGoodwood.com.
Yeah, go see what they have available. Just take a look on the internet. I mean, we're men, we're humans. We suffer from things. We suffer in sexual performance, low testosterone. They can help you. Just go to their website, YourGoodwood.com, and check out what they can do for you.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they cradle and cool the crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Nicely done, ice cubes.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit YourGoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Good morning. It's 9 a.m. here on Thursday, June 5th. Today in Baton Rouge, you can expect mostly sunny skies with a high of 90 in hour 3 of today's show. Chef Michael Johnson hops on for our munchies segment here at 9 a.m. Then Mikey Matuk at 9:15. If you missed hours 1 or 2 of the show, you can catch it in the on-demand section at 1045ESPN.com. You can also follow us on Twitter or Instagram at OTB_ESPN and watch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel. Hour number 3 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studios, starts now.
Allstar Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Hands to Hester, and Hester, yep, got it, 5 out of 5.
From carrying each other to a natty to carrying each other on the air.
Flynn is back to throw from the end zone. Goal!
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio. It's Off the Bench.
How did you carry me? All you did was turn around and hand the football off to me. I literally carried the football.
I had to tell you where to go. Like,
No.
you never knew what to do.
Yeah.
Every time we broke the huddle, like, what do I got? What do I
Yeah,
got?
hey, the 5'10", 230-pound white running back didn't know where to go. That's why he was in there.
No, y'all carried each other.
You know, you're just really athletic.
Yeah.
It was mutualistic.
Yeah, I mean,
We're not a coach
I
on
picked
the
up
field.
blitzing linebackers from, as Whit Weeks put it, going straight through your face.
Oh, he was trying to go through your face.
I know, but he was also
get to
trying
my
to crush
face.
you. So
I love that comment,
someone
by the
who
way.
feeds Whit Weeks and all the Weeks brothers and all of the LSU football team. Our guy, Chef Michael Johnson, executive chef over at LSU, joins us for your Munchies questions. Chef, what's going on, brother? How we doing?
Morning, fellas. How are y'all?
Doing fantastic. Looking forward to this segment, as we always do. So this is going to be the first time for Flynn. So I'm actually excited for him. So, Flynn, before we get our Munchies questions
Can I say this has been one of my favorite segments that y'all do.
Oh, okay,
Chef,
well, good.
You crush it, and I'm excited to be part of it now.
Yeah, I was going to say I have a really great picture when I first opened this place up in 2019 of me, Jake, Matt, Richard Dixon.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Bob. It's one of my favorite pictures that I have of because it was all new and like I'm standing here with some of my favorite LSU guys, and so it's I'm tickled to be a part of it as well with you, Matt.
Yeah, that's right, man. I did forget about that.
Did we do a show?
I think we
I
did.
think we
In
did
the
a show
corner.
there.
Yeah, in the corner we did a show.
In the corner.
Yeah,
LSU.
absolutely.
How about that, huh?
I need to go over there.
I'm actually this segment's been so good for so long. I'm actually kind of like a little bit nervous about this one. I don't want to screw this segment up.
Chef, he's interviewed. I mean, we've had baseball Hall of Famers, we've had head coaches, we've had basically a little bit of everything. Since
bag.
this week. We've had a ton of big guests. That's the first time he said he's been nervous, and it's talking to you,
right.
Chef.
Yeah, well,
It's a big deal.
I'm humbled. Yeah.
Food is a big deal to me.
All right, I'll start this thing off then. I was going to let Flynn, but he's already talked too much. Hashtag munchies. What is the best cut of meat for a meathead?
Oh man.
Look, I'm a meathead, so like,
Yeah,
when you
yeah.
think like grit, mean, nasty, tough, what are you cutting there?
I don't know why, but when you said meathead like that, I went to who was the singer? Was it Lady Gaga that went wrapped in?
Oh yeah, for sure. She went to
like-
an award show straight up in
Yeah.
like a meat skirt.
And I remember thinking to myself, like, man, that's got to be like flank or skirt steak, You know what I mean? Like, you can't do that with filet,
That's true.
Yeah, there you go. There's your answer.
There
Okay,
you go.
fair enough.
All
Fair
right,
enough.
Chef. All right, hashtag munchies here. What is, and maybe it's a restaurant setting, maybe it's a catering setting, what is the angriest that you've ever got at a customer?
Whew, man, that's a good one. I mean, it's usually that like last minute come in at the break of cleaning up, and I used to be a much more temperamental human being than I am now. I practiced my patience, but when I was in the restaurant business, that walk in at 10:15 when you closed at 10 and have high expectations, like I don't even care if you come in at 10:15 if you're just like feed me whatever you can.
Yeah.
But when people come in and they get particular about hey, and it's always a well done steak.
Oh.
Oh my God, it's just brutal. I'll tell you this. So this is kind of funny. We had a radio personality I think he was out of Chicago, and he was he also was in Kansas City. Like the radio was broadcast in Kansas City too. Man Cow in the morning. I don't know if you ever heard Man Cow in the morning or not, but he was So I was working in Warrensburg, Missouri, and he was calling us out because he was coming to Heroes, which was the name of the restaurant, and he was like, these guys, they think that they have the best food, but they talk about they have the hottest wings, and I'm going to go there and I'm going to eat like 30 wings. And I had just gotten back from New Orleans, and I had picked up this stuff called Endorphin Rush. And, like 2 drops of this stuff in a wing sauce turns it from, like tolerable to freaking out and having, literally an endorphin rush. Like it kicks in, like you go panicky hot, you sweating, like it was comparable to taking pepper spray. Like it's manufactured capsaicin, right? And so instead of making the whole table taste that, we dipped 2 of those wings in this super, super hot sauce. And when we placed the wings down, we put it right in front of him with those two wings front and center right in front of him. And it worked out perfectly. Like the first 2 wings that he grabbed were those 2 wings doused in sauce. And everybody else is eating the wings. They're like, what are you freaking out about, man? You think you're not that hot, man. You're such a Nancy, right? So
Man, Cal didn't like that.
Yeah. Rather than getting angry, we got even, right?
Oh, that's good. Let me piggyback on that, like a kind of a stigma that restaurant goers have. I got a lot of friends like this. There's always people that are nervous. Like if you're going to a nice restaurant and you get a steak or something that is not cooked the way you asked for it, or it's not even close, like it's way undercooked or something like that.
It can never be undercooked, but
how comfortable or uncomfortable should people be by just telling the waiter or waitress, hey man, can I send it back?
You should never feel uncomfortable about it. I think you should be polite about it, because there's people who get really rude with the wait staff and get really rude with the staff, and mistakes happen, right? But you're exchanging your money for a product, and that restaurant is responsible for providing the product of your expectation. I think that there's a mouthful and expectation of, when you order a steak, I like to describe the center versus calling it medium rare or medium, because everybody's idea of what medium rare and medium is just a little bit different, right? So a lot of the companies now have described, the warm pink center, cool red center, so on and so forth. I'll go in there and say I want it 135 degrees. Bring it out 135 degrees, right? Because I know where I like it, and it's interesting because some of the wait staff are like, geez, he's particular. Like, who does this guy think he is? Like, I just don't want my steak overcooked. And but to your point, you shouldn't, specifically if it's, it's understandable if it's underdone and you can take it up. But what's really frustrating is when they take it over and you got to order a brand new steak. And, that's unavoidable. I would rather have an undercooked steak rather than an overcooked steak all day long.
Flynn, this is very important to the future of our relationship, even though we've been friends for over 20 years. How do you take your steak?
Look, I'm kind of second guessing the way I order this now because it seems a little uppity.
Well,
I say medium rare plus.
There you go. I like that.
You like that?
I do. I like that because, medium rare plus is just at the edge of medium. That's actually how I like my steak. And people don't understand that there is a medium rare plus. It's at the edge of going from medium rare to medium. That's a medium rare plus. Now, does everybody understand that? No, but I do. I like what you just said there.
I do get some weird looks from the wait staff sometimes when I order that because they haven't heard that plus term. So if you were to describe medium rare plus in a color, I guess, what would that be?
Yeah. Well, it's somewhere between a warm red center and a cool red center and a warm red center, right? Like somewhere in between there.
Jake
you don't
is so
want
frustrated right now.
I mean,
how do you? Are you a medium guy, Jake?
Me? No. Cut off the horns, wipe its nasty ass, and throw it on a plate.
Well, that's tolerable too. You know what I mean? Like, I think anything below medium is okay. Medium well is questionable, and well done is like you need to go.
Chef,
you got to question that.
Chef, I just like you. I've told you this before. Just lean down and whisper heat to the steak, and then throw it on a plate.
Now, do you like Pittsburgh style?
Yeah, that's not bad. No, for sure. Like when in Rome, for sure. But man,
absolutely.
I don't want that thing like anywhere, even medium. Like is too much for me. And I know. Look, I know. No pun intended. I'm in rare air there, but yeah, I don't want that thing done at all.
Beef, I will. Beef, I'll eat rare like that. But and I used to eat lamb that way. But like there's certain red meats that I won't, because lamb gets a little chewy. I used to eat duck that way, but I've gotten even to the place where I like the texture better on a medium rare plus whatever like red meat. now there is something to be said about the nutrient value, because the meat has its, like optimal amount of nutrient at raw. So
Right.
if you're cooking it specifically over a super high heat, it's drawing nutrient out by the minute, right? So there's health benefit to it as well.
I love in the chat, Chef. Joey says, "Yep, going to Roos, Chris, and I'm going to confirm that center. I'm going to totally say 135 degrees next time."
There you go.
I love that. That's going to be the way it's going to be like, what? 135 degrees, please.
Whip out a thermometer.
Oh, it's going to be so good. That's going to be like the ultimate flex there. Chef, so LSU's got a super regional coming up. We just had Jay Johnson on the show right before you. And so incredible human, if you were going to throw a tailgate at the box for a super regional matchup, the box is going to be turned up to an 11. Everybody's going to be excited. What are we throwing down at the tailgate?
For the team or
no, for the fans, for the tailgate, to get them in the right mindset to go cheer on the Tigers.
Yeah, well, it's got to be celebratory, right?
Yeah.
I think. Sorry, I'm saying hello to some guys here.
Hey,
good morning.
All good. Tell them we said good morning as well.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I'm kind of a bougie guy at the baseball park. When I worked for the Seahawks, or when I worked for the Mariners, and at the minor league stadium, like we had a coffee rub ribeye that we served there, and it was on swirled Jewish and pumpernickel rye, and we put I'm on sorry. We would brush. Sorry, I just whispered it. We would brush honey on the bread, sear it off so it was brown, and then rub like that. The ribeye was rubbed with honey. It had coffee and it had spice and cayenne, and we actually put some cocoa powder in there. And it was one of the best sandwiches that I've ever executed at a baseball stadium. And I think Tiger fans would love it. Something hearty to drink your beer with. Yeah.
Sounds good.
I know.
There you go.
All right, I got a question in the huddle. I'm going to change it. The question in the huddle was, who's your celebrity chef crush? But I'm going to change it. What is one celebrity chef that you see on television that you actually respect their skill and what they do? Because I'm sure there's a lot of clowns out there that are famous because of their TV personality. But from a chef, talking about a famous celebrity chef, who's an actual person that's got the chops?
Anthony Bourdain used to be my guy. He just talked it real. He said it real. He was controversial in that manner. He talked about addiction and stuff in the kitchens. I love not that just he was a foodie, but he was a chef guy. Real chef, and he told it just the way that it was. But as far as people who were still in existence, the Jacques Pepin is my guy. He is a true and tried, just through and through French chef that doesn't screw around. He's not flamboyant. He's just a wonderful human being, and he loves to cook. He uses his hands, and he takes time to explain. He by far is, landslide for me is one of my favorite, on TV personality chefs.
Chef, I actually just watched Ratatouille with my daughter. It had no business going that hard, by the way. Incredible movie.
Yeah, the more times you watch it and the more you understand, the better it gets.
It's incredible. I'm sitting there the whole time oh, man, I want to text Chef. Oh, I want to text. It was actually I don't know a kitchen like you do, obviously. It felt like how a kitchen is ran.
Morning. How are you guys?
Doing good.
Great. Thanks, Chef.
We got a lot going on out front. I come out front to be quiet. It's droves of people right now, yeah.
No, Chef, you were good. We appreciate your time every single week. Chef Michael Johnson, good enough to join us for Munchies. Chef, we look forward to every single week. We'll catch up again soon.
Take care, guys.
My man's trying to feed the team. They're coming in for breakfast.
I know.
He's dapping them up hey, what's up?
Those guys just don't know that he's currently on a worldwide radio show.
If they knew he was on the 7th-ranked mid-market morning radio show, there's no way they would interrupt him. No way.
Respect.
So, Ratatouille is great, by the way.
It is.
Good movie.
You're right though. I've only watched it one time. My kids watch
I was the same way.
I
was the same way. With my older boys, we never really watched it. So Harlow actually was rat. So she liked it, and she was I'm yeah, we're gonna watch this. It's great.
It does go hard.
I know.
You're right.
It's a really good
I never
movie.
thought about it that way, but
I know.
Man, those
no business.
Those rats could cook though.
They could throw it down.
Are you kidding me?
We're gonna throw it down with Mikey Matuk.
Let's go.
LSU baseball legend, MLB player, host of Mic'd Up.
Damn fine American.
Always and forever, right here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to centralplumbing.org. Centralplumbing.org is the website for Central Plumbing, but it's not only in Central, right? Do not allow the name to fool you. Now, if you're in Central, obviously they're going to be able to take care of you, but we're talking to the greater Baton Rouge area. Everybody here in this area, Central Plumbing, can help you with that emergency 24/7, 365, weekend, holiday, game day, does not matter, right? If you were watching the Tigers play at midnight 30 the other night and it was a weekend, doesn't matter. You call them, they would have been there if you had.
What if it's the bottom of the ninth and we're down by 2?
Doesn't matter. They're going to be there because 24/7 truly means 24/7. That number, 225-925-8552.
Yeah, Central Plumbing. They can do all your plumbing services from water lines to gas lines, but tankless water heaters. If you haven't experienced it, call them. You take a shower, you can stay in there as long as you want. It never runs out. Centralplumbing.org, 225-925-8552.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar, but instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
– 2007 champs, purple and gold to the core. This is Off the Bench with Hester and Flynn, Baton Rouge's go-to for all things Louisiana sports.
Big voice lady, don't ruin the song with that.
I love gold.
That liner. Don't do that. What are we doing?
Have we found the clip yet of Gold Member?
They haven't found it yet, but we have linked up with our guy, Mikey Matuk, former LSU Tiger, MLB player. You can catch him as the host of Mic'd Up as well. Mikey, what's going on, brother? How we doing?
What's happening, guys? How y'all doing?
Doing fantastic. Before we get to LSU, though, I have to ask you about this. So, Paul Skeens has allowed only 19 earned runs in 13 starts this year, but the Pirates have lost 8 of those games. Sir, you played at the highest level in the big leagues. That is hard to fathom. Have you ever seen something like that play out?
I've never been a part of anything like that personally. Like, I've never been, I think I could say thank God that I've never been a part of that, because that would fall on my shoulders as an offensive guy. But,
yeah.
Man, that's a tough situation to be in. I mean, he's going out there and he's doing his job every fifth day, and he's doing it at the highest level. And, his offense can't scratch one run across to even give him the no decision. That's a tough deal. And I think in 2018, I want to say that Jacob deGrom was 10-9 with like a 1.75 ERA.
Sure. Yeah.
And that may be the only other time that I've seen anything like this. But I think this is worse. I mean, I don't think, like, at least he had a winning record. It doesn't seem like Paul's going to get to that winning record, because he's either going to lose it or get to no decision. It's a tough situation to be in. Pirates, I don't want to say sell the team, but go spend some money on some offense, please.
Yeah, it's like Paul's got to say all the right things.
Yeah,
he's got, and he's going to.
No doubt.
But this is like one of those situations where, hey, agent, go make some noise, like under the blanket over here. Come on.
Listen, and if they do that, that is a disaster for Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh fans are ruthless, and if they finally got a guy they can get behind, if they trade him out, they're not. Oh. They might as well sell the team at that point.
Yeah.
But Pittsburgh fans, like, if you love something,
yeah,
let it go.
Yeah, right. Let him go to a better situation. The trade packages I've seen, like, they don't even come close to, like, Paul Skeens, who I think is, like, generational. But, I had to ask Mikey that question because, man, I can't remember something like that where you've been so dominant, but you've lost, like, 8 of those games because you can't score any runs. So
he might as well go. He goes CG. I don't even know if that's going to win the game.
I know.
Maybe 10 innings.
Dude, he went 8 the other night. Held him to 3 hits and 1 run and lost the game.
Yeah.
It's like, what are we doing? It's hard to fathom. It is. That's a great way to put it. It is embarrassing. What's not embarrassing? The LSU Tigers. They find a way in the regional. So before we go to Super Regional talk, I do want to kind of look back. Look, I understand that you lost the game to Little Rock on Sunday, but it's about how did you finish, and the game was close. The game was tight. Little Rock had all the momentum, but credit to LSU and credit to Jay Johnson for switching the lineup around, because if Ethan Fry's not batting second in that game, Mikey, I'm not sure we're talking about LSU baseball in a Super Regional right now. So he pushed all the right buttons there in that Game 7 in the regional.
Correct. It was pretty, people look at Little Rock and they say, oh, they've got a losing record and all this. Well, playoff baseball is different. And Little Rock was in the championship game of the regional. It wasn't like they were just beating LSU. They beat, the other teams they had to face in that regional. And so they're a scrappy team and they're a really good team. And credit Jay for making the moves in the lineup. And Ethan Fry. The issue with the first game on Sunday was you had opportunities to score runs and you didn't have anybody come through. And you had they weren't able to come through with RBI base hits. And Ethan Fry did that with the bases loaded double. And he went 4 for 4. Then you reached base 6 times, and so that was a huge moment. But for me, that game, you have one guy in your bullpen that you probably trust to go long in the game, right? And that guy was Cason Evans. He was your last guy. So for Cason Evans to do that in that moment, in that situation, as a true freshman. That's legendary stuff right there. He struck out 9 straight guys. He had 12 strikeouts in a have-to-have-it moment. Not like, hey, get us through 3. We got another guy behind you that can go 4. Like, no. You're the only guy that can get us 6 innings right now. We have to have it, and he does that. And so it was a pretty impressive feat by him. And, a bunch of other guys, obviously, Luis Hernandez with the 2 homers, catching 4 straight games. That's what you got to do to move on, and those guys did it.
Yeah, and more about Cason Evans. As a hitter, Mikey, when you are a team like Little Rock that was on fire that weekend. Like they're playing out of their mind. They're hitting great. They're playing in the defense great. And you kind of dinged up the starting pitcher that's more of a traditional thrower. Then all of a sudden you got this true freshman run out there who's pitching fast. His mechanics aren't real traditional. Like as a hitter and as a lineup, like how big of a difference mindset, how big of a change does that make to your timing and just everything that you're doing from a hitting standpoint?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, it's like as a hitter, as a defender, you love when the pitcher's got that type of tempo. As a hitter, you hate it because you don't have time to get. I mean, you could look at some of the pitchers looking backwards. You know, some of the batters looking backwards because he wasn't able to throw until they made eye contact. Right, like he was getting the ball and he was going, and the tempo was pretty outrageous. As a hitter, that really rushes you through what you're trying to do. You know, hitters are creatures of habit, and they have a routine in the box, and they like to take their time. And so when you get rushed, you know, it really, really does affect your the way you approach that at bat. And you know, he did that. And he worked quick. I mean, there was a couple of moments where, you know, Luis was trying to slow him down. He said, "Give me the damn ball," you know. And, you know, so like that is a you know, that's his advantage. And I, you know, like I said, as a defender, you love that because you're always in the moment in the game. But yeah, I mean that makes a huge difference.
Mikey, in game number 3, they did start Zach Cowan, and then they went to Casey Evans, like we're talking about. And look, I can understand, you know, making a case because Zach had been a Friday night starter. He had success in the postseason a year ago. If they get to that situation again, right, and let's say for whatever reason, game 1, game 2 doesn't go your way, you're playing a game 3, how do you think Jay will handle that?
So, you know, it's going to be interesting to see how he goes. I really do think he still has a lot of confidence in Zach Cowan. Look, you know, I talked about it too, is are they going to be a little rusty, not throwing for 2 weeks? And what I saw from Zach was a little rust, you know, because he hadn't done that all year. He hadn't walked a ton of guys. He hadn't hit guys. You know, it wasn't like they were banging the ball over the field off of him. It was just, you know, he just wasn't as sharp. Now, obviously, Kaysen was as sharp as he's been all year. So I think if they get in that situation, you know, I think that if they have an opportunity to win Friday or Saturday and Sunday, you're going to throw the guys to win those 2 games because in the Supers you only need to win 2 games.
Right.
And you know, if one of those games goes, you know, haywire and they're not in it and they don't have a chance to win it, you know, I think they're going to hold off. They're going to hold Kaysen off and keep him in that situation to be able to start on that if necessary game. But they're not going to save him for the if necessary game unless the game kind of dictates them to do that. I think there's an opportunity for them to win. They're going to go out there and do everything they can to win the game and try to win that series in 2.
All right, Mikey, let's flip the script. Let's turn to this week. Let's start with West Virginia coming in. All right, so we talked to Jay earlier. Obviously, he's not going to give us anything, but if Mikey Matuk is coaching this football team, is coaching this baseball team.
Y'all don't want me to coach a football team.
Well, you got it, dude. You still got it.
Yeah, just full bag dive. Full bag dive.
All right, who is Mikey putting on the mound if this game goes to game 3?
Man, honestly, if it goes to a game 3 and you haven't thrown Kaysen, I think he starts. Now, if you do throw him on Saturday or Sunday, you know, I'm comfortable with Zach Cowan on the mound starting the game. He has the experience. He has the ability to do it. He can lead. He pitches off of location and off of, you know, mixing and matching and changing velos and changing eye level. And, you know, West Virginia is a really scrappy team. I mean, they don't have a ton of homers, but they have a ton of doubles as a team. And so they're going to go out there and they're going to put together some at-bats. And to me, I'm not worried about, like, with Zach Cowan on the mound, like, that doesn't really scare me because, you know, you're not going to give up the big homer. And so if you have a guy that can throw strikes, I like our defense trying to make plays and let these guys put the ball in play.
And Mikey, then we start talking about the lineup changes as well. So yeah, game 3, you saw, you know, what the rotation maybe looks like with Cowan and Evans and how they finished that game. But we talked about it earlier. Like if Ethan Fry's not hitting second, I don't know that you win that game. And then Milam swinging it well, and you got Hernandez in the 8-hole. He hits 2 home runs. I really like how they formatted that game 3 lineup. Bear Jones struggling a little bit. You put him in the 6-hole, hits a home run to kind of give you that breathing room late in the game. I would fully expect them to run out that same lineup on Saturday, correct?
Yeah, I think you're going to see very similar. The lineup to be very similar. I love Luis Hernandez in the 8-hole, not because he's an 8-hole hitter, but because he kind of gives you a little bit of thump in the bottom of the lineup. And I like Ethan Fry at the top in the second or third. I don't know if they're going to keep Bear Jones in the 6-hole, but if they move him back up, I would like Fry either before him or behind him. Like I need them to go back to back. I think that gives Jared a little bit of protection and allows the other guys to kind of do some of the things that they want to do. Dickinson likes to handle the bat a little bit. He likes, he'll square around the bunt. He's hitting 330 in the year. And I think the wild card, honestly, is Milam. And, Milam, it was the first time we've seen Milam at an extended period of time this year really get going. Even his outs were hard outs. And, to see him do that and kind of get back in the form that he was last year, I think that's going to be huge for LSU in the Super Regional, and then going in Omaha, hopefully.
All right, there he is, our guy, Mikey Matuk, former LSU Tiger, LSU legend, MLB player. You can catch him on Mic'd Up as well. Him and Jay Mitch do a fantastic job there. Mikey, we always appreciate the time, sir.
I appreciate y'all. I can't believe they let y'all hang out together.
I know. And we get paid to hang out.
That's unbelievable, man. But you know what? Good for y'all.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I told you last night, man, we got to get you in studio soon.
Whenever. I'm ready.
All right.
Let's figure it out.
Appreciate it, Mikey.
All right, boys. Thank y'all.
All right. Great insight from Mikey Matuk there, and so many different options for Jay Johnson.
Mikey's a man.
Yeah. Great dude. Good baseball player. Doing big things in the media game as well. And he had a doctor's appointment, and he's like, I'm going to find a way to figure it out to join y'all.
That would have been nice, like in the background, they said, Mikey Matuk.
Mikey Matuk. Is there a Mikey Matuk?
7B.
Yeah. Should have asked him what kind of doctor visit. That would have been pretty personal, though.
Yeah, what's wrong, Mikey? Like, what's up?
Did you get good news or bad news, Mikey?
Yeah, hope he's okay.
Yeah.
Prayers up.
Yeah. You're such a fool. All right,
Such a what?
Fool.
Fool. I'll take it.
Actually says in the Bible you shouldn't call people fools, but
yeah.
When the shoe fits. More OTB when we come back.
Wow.
Off the bench.
Go to GetGordon.com. GetGordon.com is the website for Gordon McKernan injury attorneys, and you can get it all answered right there on the website, on the homepage. You can find out what they can do for you in the courtroom, past client results, all on the website. A great tool, a great resource. Also, if you want to see what they're doing throughout your local community in the state of Louisiana, so no matter where you're listening to us, here in Baton Rouge, in Alexandria, in Shreveport, they are doing things in those communities. At Get Gordon, Facebook, Instagram, X, whatever it might be. If you want to call them, it is your area code in Louisiana. Again, doesn't matter where you are. They service the entire state. It is that area code followed by 888-8888. Get Gordon and get it done.
Accidents happen. Injuries happen. Let them fight for you. Gordon McKernan does everything. Get on the G team. Get Gordon and get it done.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Yo, this is why Clef Refugee cries well. Little bass sitting up here on the bass. While I'm on this road, I got my girl L. One time. Hey yo L, you know you got the lyrics.
I heard he sang a good song.
Tigers turn talkers. This is Off the Bench.
You know, I feel like we've had a nice 4-day run here with the new OTB. Matt, you've done a great job. Great questions. Live reads, you're getting better.
We're getting better, people.
But if you can't tell me who sings this song, it might all crumble.
Lauryn Hill.
With?
Fiji's.
Bro.
Thank you. I'll be here all week.
Well done. Got to get it all. Yeah.
When I hear this song and anything by the Fijis, I think about Sister Act 2.
Oh
my God, it's a great movie.
What a film.
What
a film.
Incredible.
Have we seen Sister Act 1 or 2 across the table?
Seen one.
Okay.
I've seen
okay.
one.
All right.
Oh,
2's good though. I got to
One's
check
good.
out 2.
One is good.
One's great.
Got to see
2 is legendary.
Yeah.
Got to see it
Lauryn
on
Hill's in it. That's why
Broadway as well. We were in New
Okay.
York, and Raven Simone played the Whoopi Goldberg play. She was good.
All right. That's
You know what,
Raven.
G.O.D.? Yeah, you know me. Love it. What a great movie. Singing.
You know, I gotta
Don't pay the bills.
I gotta admit.
Singing.
I gotta admit
Don't
something.
put food on the table.
Probably not gonna shock anybody.
What?
I have tried so many Broadway plays, multiple, even like the $1 Million Quartet, which is like Elvis, Johnny Cash, and Jerry Lee Lewis and Carl Perkins, like my jam, like stuff that I just can't.
You're not
do
into
it.
them?
I'm not into them.
Have you seen Chicago?
No, I've seen Lion King.
Chicago's good.
I've seen all the whatever the big ones are.
Yeah.
You know, every time we go to New
Did
York.
you see Hamilton?
Like we try to go. I've not seen Hamilton. I've not seen Hamilton. I feel like I have seen it because I've seen all the clips.
Yeah.
Sure.
But man, I want it to be like this thing. I really, really do. And I just.
I saw one last time I was there. It was called Oh Mary. It was really good. It was a little too much for me at some points, but it was good though. Like it was about Mary Todd Lincoln.
Okay.
But it was funny.
Again, this is it's me.
Yeah.
It's not y'all. It's not the place.
Well,
Have you seen Phantom?
Good on you.
I have before, not like in New York.
I think
but
like if you see Phantom on Broadway.
I saw that at the Strand Theater in Shreveport, Louisiana. Shout out to the Strand.
Phantom
Okay, so
of
you
the
saw
Opera.
like the legit version.
It's objectively great.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
fan.
Yeah, it
And
is.
credit to you for like wanting to like
I
it.
want to. Like I do. Like I feel like that person is like
your tiny little
not experiencing the cool things.
Yeah.
Yeah, my tiny little brain
Yeah,
can't comprehend
it's a
it.
CTE.
It is.
You just don't like that type of music.
I know.
So that kind of
But I love like
look, I'm not going to tell my
musical
sister.
movies.
Yeah.
Like I like Elvis movies. All of them he's singing in them.
So we saw Jersey Boys last time
Yeah.
in New York. That was probably the best one I've seen. That was the one that I like really liked.
Can I tell you that Amanda Flynn would punch you in the face?
I know. I
So,
know.
Is she
so my
a
older
Broadway
sister,
girl?
she's always been in musical theater.
Yeah.
I know.
But she's lived in New York for years and years, and she's a voice teacher, voice coach for
Yeah.
Right.
Broadway.
I know.
and people on Broadway. So
I know. But it's not me hating on them.
no, I know that.
It's me
'cause you
hating on
want to.
myself. Yeah.
Because you want to.
Yeah, I want to. I want
But
to
I'm-
experience
but
what
of
everybody
course,
else does.
I'm going to make it sound like you hate it.
True. I did the
And
same.
you poo-poo on it.
I would do the same to you.
Oh, yeah, clearly. I mean, you have no culture,
Yeah.
uncultured swine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love musical theater. Always have. But I kind of grew up with
You
I had
did.
two older sisters,
Right.
so they both did it like in middle school, high school. Then my sister
Yeah.
did it out like after high school, of course. But I was a dancer, so I mean, I grew up, a fan of the aughts.
Yeah. I know that. I know that about you.
You're
Yeah,
super cultured.
I'm very
Yeah.
worldly.
Yeah.
The most
See.
cultured person you've ever met
Well-read.
from Tyler, Texas.
Yeah.
You know.
That's
You know what
fair.
I mean? City of Roses.
What? What I do?
The Nutcracker has an opening for Purple Party Dad.
Oh,
this
it
year.
does.
True, it does.
Hey.
Yeah, no.
Okay. All right.
I mean,
Unless I'm the lead ballerina guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
That's real big QB1 energy.
Is it
there.
ballerino?
I don't,
It's a guy.
Dude,
I don't know.
you're
I
asking
think
me?
it's the same either way.
I have
don't
a
know.
shirt that says grit on. You think I know that?
Well, I figured y'all might have talked about it with T-Bob.
If he did, no offense. When he started talking about that, I didn't know anything about it, so like
Can
I
we look it
wasn't
up?
honing in.
Is a man ballerina? Is it a ballerina?
It is ballerino.
Is it ballerina?
Mhm.
Look, you knew that. You're in.
I kind of halfway said it
Or-
as a joke to start with.
In French, a male ballet dancer can be called a danseur.
A dancer. I gotta tell you though, the tights to me are a bit much, like for the dudes.
Look, we
like, just cover up the crotch at least.
Dude, this is
We
a
don't need
hell
bulge.
of an idea.
We don't
from-
need bulge.
From Daniel. Says Jake should make his own Broadway production following the story of a fullback. Call it 4th and Goal. Now, if you had a Broadway play that
4th and
featured
Goal.
Mike Allstott, Moose Johnston, Lorenzo Neal, and Tom Rathman,
Yep, in tights.
I'm there. I don't care
All
what
tights.
they're wearing.
No baby cakes there.
No.
Mm-mm.
You make it about the West Coast offense fullback.
Yep.
That's interesting.
So what's your whole plot though? Like
What's the theme?
What's your problem in the story?
Too gritty to be pretty.
I would say something like a Captain America type thing. Like you start out a scrawny little
Yeah,
guy that
yeah,
like, gets
yeah.
picked on.
Yeah.
And you have all these like depressing songs about, I got pushed to the ground.
You gotta have a problem in it too,
Like,
right? Okay,
and like
here you go.
the little bully like always walk around. What you benching?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
if
little-
you're not
little
benching,
nerd.
enough weight, like he's shaming you.
Yeah, little dumb Mikey Allstott over there. Stuff you in the locker.
Or you could do something like a guy grew up watching those.
Uh-huh.
Not many people carry a fullback anymore. He's trying to make a name for himself.
Yeah.
Bringing it
He
back.
gets a spot at the end. I love that too.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good idea.
Cole Sal says Hester finally admitted he didn't pay attention to most of what T-Bob talked about. I paid attention. I just didn't have to talk a lot, which it took me some getting used to that.
Because you're full of it.
Because I've always been over here, and then when I sat over there, initially, like you go to talk, and then so I learned my way.
I'm
T-Bob
glad
did
you can.
and T-Bob did a great job. He did a fantastic job. I loved every minute of it.
Absolutely.
Now
But I'm
stuck
glad you
with
can talk because I'm not a talker.
Hey, I do love this. Okay, so like typically in the radio profession, the radio world, like as the lead, like when you're done talking, that gives the other person an opportunity, right? And again, like that was something like I had to kind of figure out sitting in that chair. It's like, all right, when does T-Bob want me to talk? Whatever. But typically that's how it happens. I do love that sometimes I'll finish talking and Flynn will just sit there and look at me and he'll go, yep.
Yeah, and
All right,
that's
you're
it.
supposed to elaborate on that.
Yeah, like
And
when I
Jacob?
stop talking, that's when you pick it up. Like I'm John Stockton, you're Carl Malone.
Well, I'm just like, yeah, you need to finish that point a little bit more, Jacob. You didn't land that plane.
He does
Give
it.
you an opportunity.
He's done that All 7 years we've done radio together. Just looks at me.
It's kind of fun. I mean, one day we're going to get that chemistry.
Dude, if we don't
we're
like-
going to be ham and egging it.
That one day he was like, "Can I say something?"
And y'all were like, please do.
Yeah.
It's kind of the point.
No,
of you
actually, I
being
think
up
that
there.
was segment 1, minute 1
Okay.
of
Yeah.
day 1.
Yeah. I do like where this play's going, though. The last fullback.
Oh.
The last fullback.
I don't
Dude,
know that name.
I like that.
Yeah.
God, can you? That could be like a summer blockbuster.
Let me get a credit writing a Broadway play. Won't be able to tell me nothing.
God, you thought you talked a lot now.
That's why I said, like, I
remember that Broadway play?
Can we be your entourage?
Yes, absolutely.
And we just go to like all the
Absolutely.
premieres.
No doubt.
All in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're all going to get a credit. But that's why I say, like, the big voice lady should say yappers. Like, if you didn't watch me before I went on OTB, and if you don't listen to Off Campus, you probably didn't know that I am a yapper. I do like to talk. I do enjoy it.
Yeah. I don't really feel like you've always been like that, though. Like, it's a learned
No,
thing.
no,
Since
no,
you've been
not
doing radio,
radio.
you have
Yeah,
to
in
learn
college,
how to.
No. Like, if you would have told me, like, this is what I picked as a profession,
Right.
I'd be like, you're crazy.
Yeah.
There's no way.
It's and AJ hit it on when we had AJ on. He
Yeah.
was the same way. He wasn't
Yeah,
not
right.
a talker.
I think
right?
AJ and I
He still
found
kinda
this
isn't.
media world kind of in the same way.
So I make this commitment to all of our listeners and to the Wolfpack. I will get better at being a talker. Okay, I will train
No,
myself.
you're great.
we
You're great.
all-
No.
yeah,
You're
we-
great at talking. The only time you don't talk is when I pass it to you.
Yeah. You know, there's some awkward
No.
exchanges
You're
here. You
good
got to work.
talking until you have to.
You're-
You know what? Like in football, we practice the exchange.
We do.
Yeah.
We do every day.
You
We
just
did.
need
Center
reps.
quarterback
Yeah.
and quarterback running back.
Yeah.
Handoffs.
Yeah.
I think you're doing great. You
Yeah.
just need more reps.
We
And
need reps.
You're going to do a lot better.
Yeah.
But I think you're doing really well.
You can't replicate repetitions, people.
Exactly.
It's very true.
See, even the
No
lives
substitute for it.
progressively have gotten better throughout the week.
I mean, I'd be shocked if there hadn't been
All store.
50 sales at all these lives from today.
All right. Well, let's see how good you've gotten because we're going to take our last break, finish the show like we always do, ask the bench.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm going to give you a hint. Your next live is all star.
Okay, all right. So, look.
Nope,
apparently,
nope.
I got
Ask
a little bit of an issue.
Ask
A
the
speech
bench
impediment.
when we come back.
Off the bench.
Would you like to tell the people, Matt Flynn, about Allstar Toyota of
All-Star
BatonRouge.com?
Toyota.
Tell the people about it.
What do you mean?
Tell them about it.
It speaks for themselves.
Well, yeah, but they also want you to speak about them. You know, you can go the buying new angle where everything's available, multiple options, multiple SUVs, midsize, full-size, van, multiple trucks, multiple sedans, hybrids. You can go the leasing route. Where
Can I tell you a little bit about the leasing route? I called Miss Lisa a couple years ago after watching this show.
Yeah.
Because we had a flight booked, the whole family. We were going, I think we were going to North Carolina.
This feels like it's going to be a rental, not a lease.
Yeah, it was a rental. My bad. Leased it for a couple days. Anyway, my little girl was sick, and like her head was all stopped up, and she was 3 or 4 years old. I'm like, I'm not putting her on a plane.
Yeah.
And so I called, rented a car, drove North Carolina back. It was one of the best trips we ever had. All-Star Toyota.
Yes!
BatonRouge.com.
All-Star!
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team colors, team swag, and now your very own website. LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always, no paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net. Powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance, Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Boy T-Pain, we love rap music. Listen, we got a caller on.
From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
I got just what you need. Brand new Chris Brown, T-Pain. You heard it here first. Nappy Boy Radio. We love you.
All right, welcome back in. OTB Ask the Bench. The internet is like creeping, crawling.
I've been on a hot spot all morning.
Okay, so do you have Ask the Bench questions? Because my internet is just a twirling.
We got this on like a hashtag situation?
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Ask the bench.
Got it. I got one here.
Okay, go.
Ask the bench. How come y'all have like 20 monitors but use cardboard cutouts for the sponsor display?
Wait, what do you mean?
So we have monitors, monitors. But these
it's not even cardboard. It's more premium than cardboard.
Right here.
So they mean those?
Yeah, why that's not a digital
Probably
board?
budget.
I mean, this monitor
That's
this
actually a good
shape
question. But it's
would be
actually
like a custom shape.
But it is a good
switch
question.
we switch them out, but I guess you could switch them
You
out.
switch
There
it
are
out on the
monitors
digital,
too.
yeah. Maybe more.
Yeah, but like a screen in this shape, that would be like
it'd be
a waste.
That's a waste. It'd be a one-time buy. It'd be a one-time buy.
But it's better than cardboard. It's much more.
Ask the bench favorite football play while at LSU, like one singular play. I would say my favorite while I was there was Flynn the Bird against Auburn for a touchdown. The mechanics of that play, Will Muschamp running a defense that we couldn't believe he was running, Matt recognizing it immediately and kind of changing up some of the stuff in the back end.
Mm-hmm.
And then me and Sean picked it up. You delivered a strike.
We've
That's my
gone
favorite
over that
play.
whole play. So we're gonna do it more.
Yeah.
That would be probably.
That's my favorite.
That'd be probably tops.
Because if you would have had like a camera and us mic'd up like during that whole process.
Yep.
It's almost like that's the only way you would believe how it kind of all played out. Yeah.
Stuff up. That would be my. But taking an Indian National Championship, my first touchdown pass in the Peach Bowl to Buster Davis. I think it was volunteer and go was the play. It was just like a man, yeah, I'm here type of like moment. Yeah. Like I can do this on a big stage. Like it's a good feeling. You always believe you can do it, but actually go and do it.
For me, like I guess a play that I carried the ball, like the Florida stuff's easy answer, but SEC championship game, we put in ISO that week, 20 ISO. Tennessee talked so much trash to me the year before. One player even asking me why I wasn't playing at a service academy because I was a white running back. So the first play of that game, I wanted to set a tone, and a tone was set. And
let's go.
I told him a grown man's going to be coming down these tracks all day long, so get ready. Probably like individual.
I thought maybe like the La Tech run.
No, I mean that was
like,
no disrespect to the Go Dogs.
Watch this 4.75.
Look up the stats. Who ran a faster 40 between the two of us
at the Nike camp?
I don't care what camp you go. Nike, Combine, doesn't matter. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Holla at your boys.
See you, bub.
And girl.
Off the bench.
All right, go to KTZBlinds.com. KTOZBlinds.com is the website for K to Z Interiors and Outdoor Living. Been doing it since 2004. That was a very long time ago. That was a freshman year for both of us. Redshirt freshman for this guy, freshman for me. A long time ago, right? But you don't stay in business unless you do the quality work like K to Z does. And that's interior, exterior, like the outdoor living space that they can give you, second to none. But also, like, if you just need like a Roman shade in your kitchen, you can come in, they can do that. They can handle whatever your needs are. K2ZBlinds.com.
Yeah, K to Z Interiors and Outdoor Living. You got a little bit smaller budget? Blinds are a great way to go. Lower your electric bills and look nice doing it. K2ZBlinds.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar, but instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.